Arsenal send a statement to Manchester City, a resounding 4-1 victory over Aston Villa. Embarrassment of the highest order at Old Trafford. Ruben Amorim must resign tonight. Fucking must resign his position tonight. Fuck you. Fuck you. And fuck everyone on that pitch. Chelsea dropped points as well in a 2-2 draw at home. No win. Only one win in 7 for them tonight. We're going to talk all the games. We're talking Newcastle later as well. We're bringing the panel on. I will get into Man United. If you're here for that, it'll be time. If you're watching the playback, it'll be time-stamped. I'm going to get into it because I'm frustrated. I mean, listen, first of all, Sky Sports, the Premier League, fuck you for putting so many good games on at the same time. It's so hard to Chelsea playing. The Newcastle game is great. West Ham, Brighton's great. Arsenal are on. You know, of course, my team's on, so it's hard to focus on the others. So many games, and there's so many days over festive period with no football on. You fucking morons. You muppets. You bellends. You pricks. Fuck you. Honest to God. But listen, like, share, and subscribe. Get that done for us, please. Make sure that bell notification button is turned on. Get it done. Hype this up if you haven't done it already. My blood is boiling. My blood is boiling. Oh, my blood is boiling. No, my blood is boiling. It really is boiling. It is absolutely boiling with what I witnessed tonight. It really, really is. Do you know what? I'm going to drop Man United for a minute. I'm going to come back to Man United a little bit later. I'm going to talk about Man United a little bit later on in the night because if I'm honest with you, I don't even want to think about my football club at the moment because they break my heart. They break my heart into little pieces. And I haven't wanted to get back on the mats or get back in the ring for 15 years. Tonight, I wish I could get back in the ring and have a fight. I wish I could get back on the mats and have a fight. Because I don't even know if I want to hit someone or if I want to just have my face pummeled in. It's one of the two. But we'll come back to that a little bit later. Luke Skywalker here with the super chat, encouraging everybody to hit the like button. A big shout out to you, brother, and thank you for encouraging everyone to do that. Emery is a genius, is what Trav said here. But look, I'm going to start with Arsenal tonight. I think it's the right place to start because it's the biggest game of the evening. Just let me know, everybody, if the sound is coming through okay, just because I've got the new computer. So I'm just trying to make sure that everything sounds okay, that everything's clear, that everything's working okay. I kind of feel a little bit... what's the word I'm looking for? I feel a little bit naked. I can't even lie. I feel a little bit naked when I'm doing this because it's, even though it's like on the same monitor, it's a new computer and everything's been set up tonight. So let me know in the chat if the sound's okay. Loud and clear. Yeah, good. I'm glad it's coming through. Look at the face. Look how red I am. Oh, that's the frustration. That's the frustration. But look, I'm going to start with Arsenal, like I said, because Arsenal tonight sent a message. Arsenal tonight shut a lot of people up. Arsenal tonight proved that when it comes to them, Arsenal proved tonight that when it comes to them, when it comes to Arsenal, when it comes to the footballing conversation around them, it isn't fair. They proved again tonight that when it comes to the footballing conversation around Arsenal, people are looking at agendas, people are looking at anomalies, and they're not looking at the cold, hard facts in front of your face. Now, I'm jealous. I'm jealous as hell that you're so good. Hurts me. It hurts me. The joy I get from it is knowing that maybe one day my club can follow suit and get back to a point where it's challenging. But I'm going to forget my club. What Arsenal did tonight was magnificent. And I don't often say this, but I'm going to say it tonight. I told you so. If you had watched, I'm very fortunate with the job I have. And you guys that watch, by the way, like the video, please share, subscribe. You guys that tune into me have helped give me a job that I love with every ounce of my being. I get to watch football. I get to talk about football. I get to interact with you about football every single day. I love it. And the Football Terrace, of course, the main channel, my personal channel, Terry Flewis TV. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. We're not always positive because I'm very angry with my own club tonight. But we try our best, just let's have honest footballing conversations as best we can. Honesty as we see it. Let's not push agendas every second of the day. And the beauty in my job is that I watch all of the top 6 every single game. And if you had watched Arsenal in the past 2 to 3 weeks, this idea that they're dead, own goals, open play goals, they're crumbling, they're falling away. That narrative was such a joke to me, because if you actually spent the time and actually watched Arsenal play, the fact that they'd only won 2 or 3 of their previous games narrowly was a fluke. Especially Palace and especially the Brighton game. And I said in the build-up to this match, Arsenal are due to batter somebody, to annihilate somebody, to absolutely crucify somebody. And if you also had watched Aston Villa, you would also know that they were due a slap, because they hadn't been great in a number of their games recently, but some bad defending or some worldy goals gave them the result. And Unai Emery and Aston Villa deserve credit for breaking a 111-year record of winning games on the bounce. They deserve credit for getting themselves a handful of points away from the top. And I'll take nothing away from them. But it was all the conversations and they're better than Arsenal. They're going to win the league. It's like, stop it. You're going too far. And tonight it was, the first half, I'll break the first half down. I love the first half. Aston Villa made it hard for Arsenal. They stifled the space. They were like a fire blanket. They made it very, very difficult indeed for Arsenal to penetrate them. They made it very, very difficult for Arsenal to create clear-cut chances in the game. And if I'm being honest with you, I feel like Victor Gyökeres had a chance to score a couple of goals in that first half, and he should have taken them. But you can see the lack of confidence in this man. Then there was the counter-attacks. And without Declan Rice, that was the vulnerability. That was the weakness. And Aston Villa were able in the first half to counter-attack 2, 3, 4 times through the middle of Arsenal. And it was a very even game. And Ollie Watkins, 13 minutes in the match, should have scored. He fluffed these lines up. There was another great counter-attack late in the game. It may have been given as offside, but the touch from Saliba to take it off of Watkins' toes was there. And it looked like a game finally in the balance. And Villa are a good team. Unai Emery is a very good manager. Let's not take it away from them. And I was thinking at half-time was, Aston Villa are almost like the antithesis of Arsenal. They're the kryptonite of Arsenal. The way they play just seems to be so hard for Arsenal to beat. But just like every Superman comic, I've not read all the comics, I don't read a lot of comics, but every Superman movie, it doesn't matter, the kryptonite is there. At some point, Superman is going to prevail. And that is what Arsenal did tonight. Arsenal in the second half, they made some adjustments. They made sure they weren't as easy to counter-attack through in the middle. And they absolutely pinned Aston Villa back. And of course, in a beautiful quirk of irony, and as a Brit, irony is a very important part of our lives. The opening goal from Gabriel, from a set piece, majestic. And I was praising and bigging up Emi Martinez in the build-up to this game because he's been fantastic this season. He has. But in that moment, he actually committed a foul. He gets the wrong side of Gabriel. And Gabriel being back, defending was better. Scores from a set piece. And as I say, it was a rustic piece of beauty and irony that will wind up Arsenal's rivals, send shivers down Jamie Carragher's spine. And of course, please Gooners worldwide, including this one who's on loan. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge to all the weak people that are offended by that. And then it was an onslaught. And just as I said to Mark Goldbridge this morning on Hot Takes, if you haven't watched Hot Takes, go onto Spotify, check out Hot Takes, my podcast with Mark Goldbridge weekly. I felt that if a team could score a couple of quick goals against Aston Villa, they would crumble. Crumble is what we saw tonight. Second goal scored within a matter of minutes. And this was, I know Zubimendi gets the goal. Zubimendi gets the finish. Ash, who's backstage, who is a Newcastle fan, will say it's not a real goal because he doesn't score often. Remember that shit at the beginning of the season? But it was all about Odegaard. It was Martin Odegaard's goal. It was a captain's goal. He presses, he wins the ball back. He drives through the heart of that midfield of Aston Villa, and he threads the ball through to to Zubimendi, who finishes it. And then just over 10, 12 minutes later, another great piece of play. The ball ends up at the feet of Trossard, who drops a shoulder, beats a man and buries it. Now, they did everything they could, VAR, to remove that goal. I don't know if you noticed that. They tried absolutely everything they could to disallow the goal, to take the goal away, they looked at two different offsides that were clearly not offside, in my opinion. But then it's 3-0. It's becoming that battering that Arsenal have been promising for weeks, that Arsenal have been saying will happen for weeks. And then icing on top of the cherry on top of the icing on top of the cake, Gabriel Jesus, less than 10 minutes later, I think 8 minutes later, another wonderful, flowing, vibrant move from Arsenal, gets the ball, buries it into the bottom corner, and barring maybe a little bit of a lack of concentration towards the end of the game, where a number of big chances were conceded, and there was 2 or 3 in one incident. So this is where you've got to be careful with the stats. Arsenal had 6 big chances and missed 4, but Aston Villa had 5 big chances. This is what the haters will do. They had 5 big chances. They had 5 big chances. The game could have been different. Like 3 or 4 of them came in the same sequence that didn't even lead to a goal. Arsenal had already been cruising. But the game was Arsenal's. Up until the last 4 or 5 minutes of the game, they actually conceded quite a lot of XG late on in the match, which I think will disappoint. In fact, they only conceded like 0.5 in the first half, but Ollie Watkins' goal right at the end was 0.99 XG. There was a shot prior to that that was 0.66. There was a shot a minute before that was 0.9. So the majority of that XG came when it was already 4-0. That will probably disappoint some Gooners, and I'm sure the defenders and I'm sure the defensive coaches at Arsenal will be frustrated, but it was consolation. It didn't matter. Arsenal got the job done. The superior team, the aggressor, the team at the top of the league title, sending that message to Manchester City saying, we are. Don't doubt us. Stop writing us off. And the fact that at least they're probably going to give some of the goals as counter-attack with the way you won the ball back. But essentially 3 goals from open play as well just shuts a lot of the negative Nancy's up. In terms of the spectacle, it was fantastic. It was brilliant. It was an amazing game to watch. It truly was. And look, Aston Villa, Gooners are going to go in, right? Gooners are going to go in on you and they're going to go in on Unai Emery, but you should be so proud of your run. A defeat was always on the cards. It should have really come against Chelsea. It should have come against Chelsea at the weekend. I don't really know what happened to them still in the second half, but it came tonight. But tonight was emphatic. Tonight was a statement. Tonight is something that champions do. Now, there's a long way to go for Arsenal. We're halfway through the season. They are in a brilliant position at 45 points, 37 goals now scored, only 12 conceded. Catched up a little bit of goal difference with Man City. Who knows what's going to happen with them tonight, which is also important. But absolutely fantastic on every single level from Arsenal Football Club tonight. As I've already said, their fans should be proud. Their manager will certainly be proud. And they go on to the next one now. And that's a massive game out the way. And I think in terms of the messages, in the build-up to the game, the amount of people, they don't win enough of the big games, they don't deliver enough of the big games, all of that was answered tonight and some. All of that was delivered tonight and some. And there's a long way to go. I still only have Arsenal as the marginal favourites to win the league. I still only have Arsenal as marginally ahead of Man City. A loss for City tomorrow night might change things slightly. This is going to go down to the wire. My mind hasn't changed about that. But what a statement. What a massive win. What a performance from Arsenal Football Club tonight. Do me a big favour, please, people. Like, share and subscribe if you haven't done so already. But what a win. Let's jump here to some of your comments that have come through during this period. Weird what happened when two top 5 centre-backs play together. Well, yeah, look, of course, injuries play a part. Injuries absolutely play a part on every single level. And obviously, the only reason that football fans have started to pretend that injuries aren't a real talking point in football, missing players are not a real talking point in football, is because that didn't suit the narrative when Arsenal had injuries. So again, like I've said before, I'm all up for a little bit of banter, but we can't start rewriting football just to laugh at Arsenal. I'm not going to sit there, and you can go to other shit platforms and shit YouTube channels and shit podcasts and do that. If you want to do it, great. Brilliant. If that's how you get your kicks off, if you sit there with wire wrapped around your balls playing with your boy, with Arsenal getting bantered and lying about football, go and do it. Well done. You know what I mean? If you like gooning to banter in the Gooners, go do your thing, bruv. If you're an Arteta outer who gets sexual pleasure from hating on your own club, go and do it. Fair play to ya. You know what I mean? But we can't lie about football, and injuries do play a part. I'm happy Villa missed all their first half chances. What a pass from Odegaard for Zubimendi. I never flaunted even when Rice didn't start. Happy for the win. Come on, you Gooners. Remember a few games back, the Arsenal fans on the panel were telling everybody that our attack was poor. Don't self-sabotage people. This is what we do on a good day. Look, listen, you're brilliant today. I keep saying this to Gooners. Stay as positive as you can. I think your club needs it. I think your players need it. I think you're a better team when you... I think you're a better team, and I think you're a stronger team when you behave that way. I always felt it. I always will feel it. I'm not going to change my mind about that. This whole, got like Madrid. No, you don't. You're not Real Madrid. Why try and act like something you're not? That's weird. That's actually how people in life, for me... come unstuck. I think that's how people lose themselves when they're not authentic. It's when they're not authentic. It's why we've got a lot of few United supporters, but predominantly Chelsea fans who don't show their face on camera anymore. It's because they lie all the time when they come on. They can't face themselves. Be yourself. Be yourself and be happy. And you can always tell people that are not themselves. They're the individuals that become really bitter in life. So if you know people that are bitter, angry, nasty, and horrible to people every day, it's because they're not being themselves. You see somebody with a smile on their face who's fairly joyous, that's a really good indicator that they're quite an happy person. And normally, happy people are quite true to themselves. We told you someone is due a slapping. Yeah, listen, 110%. It was just a dot on the cards this was going to happen. I couldn't understand why people couldn't see it. It was a weird one to me. We bottled the XG at the end of the game. The rivals and Arteta outers were right all along. We are bottlers. City are massive favourites now, is what 20 says here. Emery didn't shake hands with Mikel Arteta. What a sore loser. Do you know what I thought was really... I didn't speak about this today because I just wanted to wait. But what I thought was very interesting today is that Aston Villa put in an official complaint to the Premier League because they had to play Arsenal as their 18th game and I think it's Nottingham Forest. They haven't played yet. Can you imagine if Mikel Arteta and Arsenal made that complaint? Gabby in, Gabby out, Gabby in, Gabby out is what Papa says here. Half man, half amazing says, now tell you not to blab your confidence about we're beating any team, even if they're shit, because we're shit ourselves. You did it with West Ham, Everton, now Wolves. It's not my fault. Don't blame me for what Man United did tonight. We should be beating them. Ruben Amorim set us up to foul from the first kick of the game. He went back to a system that we've been struggling in. He abandoned four at the back. He didn't pack the midfield. And we were look, we've got a lot of players out. Nearly all our creative players are out. So it was going to be hard for us in certain phases. But when we didn't change, and he did it again. We needed to score a goal. And what did he do? He takes off a centre-back for a centre-back. And actually our best performing centre-back. You've got Obi on the bench, Lacey on the bench, none of them coming on. Don't blame me for the manager finding something that was actually working in certain areas for a few games and abandoning it. United should have won tonight. It's an abomination. It's an embarrassment. And the manager should be handing in his notice. I know we go on about the football gods and everything else. And some of you might want to banter with that. Of course, it's a bit of fun, right? But on a real level, we should be winning this game. The manager set us up to foul. He should hand in his notice tonight. It's an abomination, an embarrassment, and it was his arrogance. It was Ruben Amorim's arrogance tonight that cost him and cost us more importantly. It was the whole, this is what he's done. This is what Ruben did tonight. I'm telling you this now, and you could take this to the bank. What Ruben Amorim did tonight was go, right, I've adapted in the last 3 games, got a good draw, lost the game where we played quite well and got praise for it. Played against Newcastle and weren't great in the attack, but you know what? We saw it out. We're playing the worst team in the league. I'm going to revert to my system and beat them just to show people that we can win in any way. And it went wrong. And the players tonight, listen, Šeško should be scoring a couple of his chances, there's no doubt. Cunha could have played a lot better. We weren't great. The players weren't great. But I actually feel for them a little bit tonight because I go on at them about having the right mentality and the right focus, and that's important. But I also understand human beings enough because I led them, trained with them, coached them, employ them. I've done it. I've done it all, right? Sounding a bit like David Brent here, but I've done it all. If you keep changing your approach, especially if that you go back to doing something that isn't working, when you started doing something that is, you lose people. It's hard to promote the right mentality in that environment. So yeah, listen, you can blame me if you want, because I said I think we'll beat Wolves. I wasn't too worried about playing Wolves. I really think we should be beating them. No disrespect intended. Didn't lose, should be beating them. The manager fucked up big time tonight. Get him out. That's for everyone who said Emery's miles better than Arteta. But I'll be real, Tell, it's so light and dark with us. I ain't talking about Class A. Listen, I hear you. Listen, I just think, you know what it is as well? Like sometimes you look at your own life, right? I feel like Arsenal have first world problems. I hear you guys complain about things, and it's almost like a person moaning. They've got leaves in their swimming pool. Oh my God, I've got to take my Bentley to the Bentley showroom to get the service done. That's a 30-minute drive out my way. Oh my God, I can't take it to the local garage down the road. That's how your complaints sound to me because of where my club is. So that there's an element of that. But if I just put my unbiased hat on, you guys are not in a bad place. You guys should be loving and enjoying this season, man. Please enjoy it. I wish I was there. A bit annoyed that we didn't get an own goal. Oh, well, 3 points will do. We may soon have a game that isn't must win. Emmy ducking Martinez. Same every time. My head is on Mars. Punch the ball. Jesus, looks amazing. And praise Jesus. Of course, Christ is king. Remember that. Great team performance, and Big Gabby is a monster. Saka needs to do a little better. No clean sheet, but I don't care. Come on, you gooners. Own goal is always a ghost in big games. T, remember I said earlier we would break that record. Yeah, do you know what? One thing I did say when Wolves scored for halftime, I did text KJ. I was like, at least Man United's winning a halftime record. I'll go. I was quite happy about that. That shows how far we've fucking fallen. LFG Gunners, timid start, but emphatic performance in the second half. Odegaard was sublime. Zubi exceptional. Big Gabby and Little Gabby, so many positives. Come on, you gooners. Told you 4-1. Odegaard is finally back. Arsenal will have a wonderful second half of the season. With Man United, I am speechless. Usually I'm calm, but I am broken. Yeah, yeah. Listen. So it's nice to keep my mouth. Yeah. Just abysmal tonight on every level. There is no defense. It's why, again, I got happy with beating Newcastle, but I never got carried away. I can't. This manager, I still think that the squad. Look, we tonight's proof the squad's very average as well, because there weren't a great deal of creativity. There was no one where you were like, oh, barring Cunha, could they do a little something? There was no moments there. You need better squad, right? You've seen with a few injuries and a few players at AFCON, we're threadbare. Still think we should be beating Wolves. Should have gone 4-2-3-1. Shouldn't have taken Xerxes off. Maybe there's been confirmation by now that there's an injury. There wasn't during the game. Lacey didn't come on. Obi could have come on the pitch. This is the mad bit. The last time we played good football, was the first half against Newcastle with Dorgu doing very well on the right. Since that first half, he's spent 135 minutes on the left. Fuck, that's the manager. That is where I won't blame the player per se. That's working. Keep him there. No, dickhead, Mav. Arsenal are top of the league with the amount of injuries. Hats off. Hey, don't say that. That's not part of the narrative, bruv. Hello, Terry. Happy holidays and happy new year to everyone. We still embarrassing, but still hope for a better United in 2026. Glazers out. Yeah, whilst they're there, it won't be happening, mate, unfortunately. Gabriel makes a massive difference at both the back and from set pieces. We need to add a defender in January. City adding Semenyo is a statement. I agree with that. I agree with all of that, to be fair with you. Maybe not somebody at the back you need to add, but I do think you might need to sign him. Arsenal can do it. They certainly did tonight. Arsenal 15 points clear of the title challengers and world champs Chelsea. I don't know if we'll get any Chelsea fans turn up to the match reaction tonight. I don't know if that'll happen, especially Ches. I'm not an inner or outer, but he has to go. Yeah, listen, I agree with you. I don't sit with the outers because I don't sit with people whose solutions I don't agree with, irrespective of agreeing with some of their demands. I don't sit with either group, but I think he should resign tonight. I think he should hand in his resignation. Today was gross misconduct, gross negligence, maybe more so. It should go. If he was a surgeon, somebody just died on the operating table. He is just sewed up and he just stitched somebody up after surgery and left the fucking scalpel in there. That's what's happened tonight. Take 3 shots. Your favorite team won today. Wink, wink. Way! Let's see what's good about being on loan. I don't feel the pain. No, you do, because you can't fake it. 4-1 because Villa didn't respect us. Harsh lesson. White, Jesus, Gabriel, Havertz are all back. What a great Christmas present. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everyone. And thank you, Terry. Cheers, bro. I mean, I didn't do anything, but thank you. I appreciate it. Can't wait to see the haters' reaction tomorrow. That's all I'm looking forward to doing after this stream. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to have a couple of whiskeys tonight because it's still the festive period and watch all the haters of Arsenal cry. I'm going to avoid Man United content, though. I'm going to avoid it like I'm not even... KJ's backstage. I haven't even told him. I'm not fucking bringing him on. I don't want to hear about it. Like, straight up. Like, he can fuck off. Like, I'm not... That's a joke, KJ, but I just don't want to hear it. Big win tonight. Second best half performance I've seen this season. I'm a little bit annoyed with the late goal we conceded, but we go. Come on, you Gooners. I do appreciate United doing their best at trying to help Wolves get their first win. It's mad, isn't it, bruv? The Emery Arteta conversation is cool with me because of his record. Look at that, though. Emery scored. Weird what happened when... Oh, sorry, we've done that super chat. Joshua Jack here says, by the way, I hear people saying we got better. Did you know, Terry, Wolves have 3 points this season, better XG than us created, better chances. We have more touches in our box than we did in theirs. Sack him. Listen, tonight is an abomination. It's why I said to, me and KJ had these long conversations with David and others. There's things you can praise when they're good, but let's not get carried away. I stand on everything I've ever said about Amorim. I wanted to give him the first 10 to 15 games of this season. I'm not a big fan, and it's probably a personality trait with me when it's something I care about. I'm a bit like, come on, guys, we don't need to go in yet. Let's wait and see what happens. That's just how I am as a person. If I give someone a job, KJ, I'm like, oh, Terry, I don't know how good he is. I'll say, listen, let's give this person full positive energy. Let's wait and see what work comes. Let's give the feedback. Let's give it a go. That's just my nature. I'm not going to change it no matter how much it upsets people. It's me. Some people want to be negative from the beginning if they don't believe in something. And that's also down to them. And we might clash in the moment and challenge each other. But in the cold, hard light of day, none of that matters. It's all irrelevant. You're not tuning in. None of you, there's nearly 7,000 people watching live. Over 27,000 people have watched the stream so far. None of you tune in because you think I'm right about everything. Yes, there's my boyish good looks and my wonderful personality. I understand that. But it's because you're going to get an honest conversation. And it's only the people whose channels are struggling or dying or that don't get the traction the Football Terrace gets that slag it off and go, he's faking it, he's not being real. Yeah, like they're all welcome on the channel to have a debate anytime, and I'll be 100%. But to your point, we can't ignore these things. And tonight, it's interesting, right? You know, in the UK, Americans listening, this is going to shock you. In the UK, if you're bad at your job and you're like a full-time employee, you pass probation, it takes about 18 months to performance manage somebody out of your company, unless they commit gross misconduct, so they hit someone or they steal something. Even if they're late all the time, it will take about 18 months to performance manage them out of the business. The employment laws in the UK are so amazing for employees, you get to take the piss. I know in the States, you barely have any in comparison. You know, if you get in the UK, though, if you go on a performance improvement plan because you're struggling at your job, and over a 12-week period, you pass the plan and you prove you can do the job competently, and then you go back to doing it incompetently, you can be instantly dismissed. Because essentially, it's like, well, you're doing this on fucking purpose because you've proven when you're being monitored you can deliver. Now you've gone back. That's how I feel about Ruben tonight. Okay, you've proven you can change. You've shown us we can play a bit better football. Playing the worst team in the league. Let's go for it. We're going to revert back to all the shit that was failing. Straight away, sack him tonight. Good night. God bless. Fuck off. If you look at Wolves against the traditional top six, our best performances have been against them. The players turn up for those games mainly because they are looking for moves. Yeah, I mean, barring Arsenal, you actually really attack all those teams as well. But I don't disagree with you. I think people know that they're being watched and everything else. You look, Wolves. Wolves have been a weird team. I've probably watched about 7 or 8 of your games this season, and I've never felt you've been that bad when watching you. So maybe I probably shouldn't have dismissed you as much as I did, if I'm being honest. But I still feel we should have won. I still feel we should have won the game. If we'd have set up right, we would have won. Is the league for Arsenal to lose now again? No. It's a narrow race until the end of the season. This is what it's going to be. Let's see what Abby thinks after this. Eager to see. I think Abby's in Dubai, according to her Instagram story. So I doubt she'll be on TalkSport tonight. She might be. I don't know. I don't follow with respect. I'm not like, checking the location. I just saw an Insta story of her on a beach. It looked like Dubai, but I might be wrong. Wolves are not easy to play against. See how they play versus Arsenal. I think they know they are going down, so they just it's just for them to enjoy. Zubimendi has been the signing of. It needs to be in the signing of the season conversation. Well, that's an interesting one. Come on the show, Rob. Let's have a chat. Arsenal are top of the league with the. Oh, sorry, already done that super chat. Already done that. I can't decide if the sign for Old Trafford or from Derby was louder at full time. The sigh and the boo. Yeah, I mean, I turned it off as soon as the full time whistle went. I couldn't listen to it. I didn't want to listen to it. It was just irking me, something chronic. But I'll be honest with you, I knew from about the 55th minute, I was like, we're not winning. I knew we weren't winning. I can tell when we're not going to win with the way we were playing. So not deserved. Tonight is on Šeško, not Amorim or the system. Listen, Šeško, I've already mentioned Šeško. He had some chances to score, especially that outside of the boot cross from Casemiro. He should be doing better. There's no doubt about it. But that being said, I feel the team was set up to foul from the beginning, and I'm not going to ignore that. I'm not going to ignore it. The fact we've got 2 young attackers on that have actually had some game time, and he brings on a debutant. Like, I've been asking for debutants to get their opportunities, but the ones that are further ahead of them didn't fucking come on. Mate, it's a madness. It's a madness. By the way, if you haven't done it yet, can you please hit that like button for us? Can you please get yourself subscribing? Panels coming now. I am on the new setup tonight, so I'm trying to make sure that I don't mess this up. This should move everything over, and I'm going to bring everybody out onto the show to have their say this evening. Welcome everybody. Congratulations to Arsenal. Kwess, KJ, and myself. We're in the mud. Aston, you lost to us shit a few games ago. So you can go fuck yourself, bruv. Like you know what I mean. And you didn't even come on that match reaction. He ignored it. He didn't come on. So there we. No,
I didn't.
No, he did come on.
I did come on. I was going to say.
I feel like lying about him because he's ginger. Do you know what I mean? It's one of them ones. But
did you read the private chat?
No, there's 17 messages in there. What is it? What am I?
Yeah, Terry's burning.
Yeah. KJ, we're going to come to the Arsenal bit in a minute. What do you want to say, brother?
Bro's in the
Suck
dark.
him in the tunnel. Suck him in the tunnel. I don't flipping care. I don't care. Listen, that's his 8th sackable offense that he's caused today, and it's beyond a joke. He's not gonna take us to the promised land. He changed for one moment. He changed for a couple of games, and said, "Yeah, you know what? Christmas done, everyone. So no more fun." He saw New Year's was coming and said, "Nah, bruv, you're going into it miserable." He don't believe in New Year, New Me. He don't believe in that. He believes in being himself all the time. No revolution, no change. How? Okay, listen, I got questions of whys, yeah? I got a question of whys. Ruben Amorim, I need to ask you these questions of whys. Why did you change the system back to the crap 3-4-3 we've been playing all year? Why did you change back to it? After we changed from it and was getting performances, getting goals, getting results. We scored 4 against Wolves away from home. We scored 4 against Bournemouth. We beat Newcastle. You know what? Why change? Why change what you're working on? You're talking about, oh yeah, guys, by the way, I'm doing the 4 at the back because I want to do 4 at the back. I'm not changing because you told me to. I'm changing because I want to. So why change back the very next game you say that? Huh? It don't make no damn sense. Why are we having 5 defenders in our box against Wolves at home? Why? I saw us box defending Wolves, and that led to the corner that they scored from. Yeah, don't make no damn sense. Why are you playing Ugarte in midfield when we need to control the possession?
Hang on, KJ. Staffy's here as well. Where the fuck's David? David!
You are.
Oh, hey, Mr. Improvement, Mr. Motivator. Get yourself on, bruv. Sorry, KJ, back to you.
Man. We need to chat to you. Yeah, why play Ugarte when we need to control possession in the game? What's he gonna do for us? Remember, me and Terry, we had a chat like the other day, and I said put Martinez in midfield because we need someone who can dictate play, fizz the ball into the strikers. What are we doing? What is he doing? Why have Xerxes and Sesko on the pitch finally together, and you tell Xerxes go right wing? Xerxes and Sesko, I don't even think had a pass between each other. So the players that have actually complement what they need, you're telling them not to flip in, be next to each other. It don't make no damn sense. Why does he take Dorgu, who had his best ever game for Manchester United, scored his first ever goal for Manchester United? He played there. He played on the right. He had his best game, first goal from the right of midfield, from right wing. And you move him back to left wing back. It don't make no damn sense. And the last one, to top it all off, yeah? Why, oh why, do you bring on young Fletcher, who is a number 10, and not one of those techie 10s who are speed dribblers and play the ball through? No, he's a traditional number 10, likes the ball to feet, likes to play players around him, right? Why did you take him and put him at right wing? He played in right wing. When you have flipping Mantato, who finally came on, when you have Lacey, who's our biggest talent in the academy right now, outside of JJ Gabriel, and who's a winger, who's an attacker, who are run-up players, who actually knows how to play out wide, you leave him on the bench all game, and you play Jack Fletcher, who's a number 10, out wide. Because halfway through the second half, that's when you change back to 4 at the back. And by that time, everyone's in the wrong positions anyway. It don't make no damn sense. So Terry, it needs to end today. We've got 65 million in the bank for January. You know why I know that? Because we were in for Semenyo. We have 65 million ready to go. We're linked to Conor Gallagher, Jimmy Garner. Ooh, Scott McTominay might be coming back. Ooh, forget all of that. Bond that. Use that 65. Go sell. Go and sack this man. Give him what he needs. Use that 65 million to go get another manager. I'm done. Or bring Carrick in for the rest of the season. I don't care. We are crap. Yeah? We are rubbish. And when you got people bragging about improvement, bragging about, but look at what we've done. Oh, we beat Newcastle just about. Oh, like guys, we're in dreamland. We never thought we would be level on points with Chelsea. Who flipping cares? They suck right now too. We could have been above them today because they played a harder team than us at home. We could have been level on points with Liverpool today. But no, we want to go and give the spirit of Christmas to Wolves. Here's a point. I got one for y'all. You know what I mean? They've had 2 points all season. One of them was against Spurs away. Spurs are like 14th or 12th. I don't even know where the other point came from, but we gave them their first point in 2 months. 2 months.
Yeah, but we did score 9 goals in 3 games.
We scored 9 goals in 3 games. It's all good, isn't it? Oh, we're making some improvement. Oh, we're 6th. Bro, I'm telling you now, Sunderland will be above us by the end of Wednesday. By the end of New Year's Day, wherever that is, Thursday, sorry, they'll be above us. It don't make no sense. It needs to end. And I don't care. Listen, I like Rim as a guy. He's flipping hilarious, yeah? But listen, he's not working. I'm sorry. Like, you know when with the babes and you just know it ain't it, and she's trying this, she's trying that. It ain't working. Let it go, man. It's done, man. It's done. I'm finished, man. Hey, enjoy the rest of the stream because there's no point in me being here. Staffy will say his part, and you don't have to talk about United again.
No, I know.
He loves me very much.
Yeah, you took up. I'll be honest, KJ. You took up too much time. Not you personally, but as United. Because listen, there's this. What was the score for the Arsenal game? 4-1. Yeah. Because I had you guys on the background. These guys should have the lion's share of the show. So we're just here. We're here to start the show, but they're the main event. So we shouldn't be taking up too much time. We'll just address a few things. First of all, KJ, you're a better man than I am. I'll just admit it right now. You can tell that KJ was raised as a very good person. Like his mother raised him well. He's sitting here asking questions. I wouldn't be asking questions. He's shit. That's the reason why. You could have just gotten to the point and said he is shit, and this is why this and that happened. You're sitting here saying, why did this happen? Why did that happen? Congrats, Ruben Amorim. I want to start the show by congratulating him. This guy survived a job for 13 months that he hasn't been qualified for. I have never managed to see someone shithouse a job for 13 months that they have 0 qualifications for. This guy is pound for pound the worst coach in all sports I've ever seen.
You should meet our Prime Minister, to be honest. But anyway, so that's another conversation.
I'm going to leave it up to you guys. You know your politics better. But pound for pound, he's the worst coach in all sports I've ever seen. I don't mean football. I mean in all sports. The guy is generally shit. That's just the answer to everything that KJ has asked. That's all. He's just a shit guy. He doesn't know how to coach. He doesn't understand football. His ideology in football is garbage. The way he reads the game is garbage. The way he identifies players is garbage. The way he profiles them is garbage. His man management is garbage. Everything about him is garbage. He is just a shit employee, and the quicker people realize it, the better. Now, I'm going to tell you something, Terry. I'm very happy with you today. Usually, I criticize you on certain things where I feel like you don't address it properly, but fair enough. Today, you finally did the one thing that I've been asking you for. You finally saw that the players were set up to fail. I have been on the Player FC camp all season because in my humble opinion, every time I watch these players, I see that they're trying. I don't see any attitude issues. I don't see anyone like dropping tools or downing tools or whatever. The guys just try every game. You could just tell the tactics are shit. The guy is just stupid. He had Dorgu playing like prime Ronaldinho last game on the right wing, and he said, you know what's a great idea? Take him off and from the right-hand side last game, put him to the left, and as you said, since that first half that he played, he hasn't played on the right again. The guy just, by the way, he won Player of the Week off that performance, and he decided to put him on the left. He saw that, you know what, we played against Newcastle, a team that are a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more physical. We actually didn't get dominated in the midfield. Yeah, you know what? Let me go back to the 3 in the back. You want to know why, KJ? Other than him being shit, it's because he's too egotistical. He's like, you know what? How dare I actually look good in a system that I didn't handpick, a system that I didn't choose, a system that naturally just picked itself because the players kind of fit the system more. No. It's not about Manchester United. It's about Ruben Amorim coming out and saying, oh, I just didn't want to change the system because I didn't want the players to think that I caved into the pressure that the fans and the media gave. But that by itself is sackable. The guy's egotistical. He's a loser. He sucks. Everything about him is some of the, like, I don't even like I could sit here and talk about the game, but it just wouldn't sound any different than every game we talk about. Like for the Arsenal boys, what do you guys want me to tell you guys? Because you didn't watch the game. Let me tell you what happened, guys. Wolves, who, by the way, KJ, you said 2 months ago. It's almost 3 months ago. It's almost 90 days since the last time they picked up a point. And that was against Brighton, and it was against Tottenham in the same week. So congrats. We're one of the 3 hideous fucking twins to give this team any points this season. That's number 1. Number 2, Wolves pulled up to our gaff, and they had more touches in our box, more touches in our final third, and more XG. And people want to sit here, and I already knew what the excuses are going to be. I tweeted it before the result even happened. I said, you know what? I know what the top cards are going to say. Bruno wasn't available. Ahmad is in AFCON. And Mbeumo's in AFCON. Where? They lost about 16 games so far, 15, 16 games. You're telling me every team out of the 15, 16 had Bruno? Every one of them had Ahmad? Every one of them had Mbeumo? Bro, none of them needed it. He's just a shit coach. He doesn't know how to coach. And these injuries coming in, I knew it was going to be a good reality check for him because I've seen people like Ole, people like Jose Mourinho, people like, Louis van Gaal. When these guys had their backs against the wall and they had injuries, every one of them pulled up with a result or with a replacement from the academy. I saw Louis van Gaal give me Marcus Rashford when we had 0 senior attackers available back in 2016. I've seen Jose Mourinho give me Scott McTominay. I've seen Ole give me Greenwood. This guy ignored the youth all season, by the way, and when his backs were finally against the wall and he actually has no one to put on the bench, finally he was forced to put the academy players, and guess what? They came out today, and what is the scapegoat? The scapegoat is that the young players weren't good enough. It was always going to be the scenario. It's going to be everything but this shitty employee. They will do anything but call him out for what he is. This guy should not spend another day in the club. As of today, he had the worst. He said, by the way, it's very poetic that the worst year we've ever had, the majority of us had as Man United fans, ended by not picking up a result. It should have been a loss. I wish we lost so we can actually have a stronger case to sack him, but it ended up by dropping points to the worst Premier League side that any of us have witnessed in our lifetime.
I want to say one thing.
I only want New Year's.
Happy New Year. I feel like, when Tyson Fury got beat up in May and was like, Happy New Year. That's how I feel tonight. For me, the only thing I'm going to disagree with you on, when you said like he's a shit coach and doesn't know what he's doing, I'm actually angrier because I think he could make us play better in a 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1. He's proven it in the 2 games where we molded into that position during play. We've seen it in games this season where we had the 10s dropping in the midfield. We saw it in the first half against Newcastle, and then he decided to switch Dorgu to the other side. That's the big Staffy that makes me even angrier.
Not really, because today in a 4-4-2 or whatever we were playing, bro, we had 3 attackers on the pitch. For people who, by the way, I get it. Blame Sesko for a couple misses. I get it. It wasn't that good. He should have scored that. Other than that, when people sit here and say we sat back after we scored, we didn't sit back. We have 7 defenders on the pitch. Do people not understand that when you have that many defenders, they are not going to make great decisions going forward?
It's in their mind. I agree. And that's why, for me, I look at it and the fact that Shea Lacey and young Obi spent the entire second half on the bench, and we're bringing the fact that I'm gonna have to laugh. If I don't laugh, I'm gonna glass myself in the face.
You want to know why Jack Fletcher played, by the way? Because I know KJ was asking that.
For heaven above.
Yeah, but he always does that. He always does the center back subs. KJ, by the way, to answer your question from earlier, I hope you know that actually Fletcher played as fullback sometimes when he played for the academy. So he know even the guy that he was putting in right wing has a defensive mind. The guy is just addicted to playing defenders. And we couldn't even get a clean sheet. We had 0 clean sheets against Wolves this season. It's embarrassing, bro. It's embarrassing. Get him gone, bro.
You know what? Yeah, we haven't spoken about much about the players because we knew Amorim said stuff to fail. One thing though, I want to say, Dallo, you're a clown. You know why you're a clown? When that ball was trickling into their net, you stop running and you start celebrating.
That's his cousin. So there you go. It runs in the family.
You start celebrating.
That's his cousin.
Prematurely, and next thing you know,
yeah.
It's not a goal.
The thing is, I hear you, but this is the problem, right? I do have a go at these players a lot for the mentality and the work rate and everything else. Where I will defend them, like I said earlier in the show, is that we found something where David isn't wrong that there hasn't been some green shoots in the last.
David is an industry plant, bro. I told him in the group chat. I'm convinced David is an industry plant, guys. That's what he is.
By the way, that beard ain't real. That beard ain't real. You ever remember watching The Lost when the weird people on the island had those fake beards? Now, I'm only messing David. But David's right about a few bits. There are some green shoots of hope. Oh, that was good. That looked good. This looked good. But all of it was playing with a back four and a more packed midfield. The fact we abandoned that today, it is unforgivable on every single level. And unlike a lot of the Chelsea fans who won't call out the things that are going wrong, I'm not going to stand on ceremony. Oh, Terry, you said give it time. Yeah, I wanted to give it time. I don't take that back. I don't regret saying, let's see how it goes. That's me. If I didn't, listen, I'll give you an example. All right, there's 5, 6, 9 people sitting to my, I don't know, I've had a whiskey, to my left or right, right? And if I didn't just give people a chance, none of these fuckers would be sitting here. No disrespect to any of you. You were all just callers, right? And I mean that in a nice way. Like, it wasn't like any of you were like trained media people, ex-pros. That's how I am as a person. I'm not taking that back. But once I've seen enough, I've seen enough. And I don't care about, oh, Staffy got it right before me. He did. Danny, devil in the details, got it right the day he was appointed. Fair play to him. And there'll be another Man United prediction in the next week, month, that I'll get right before they do. And these things happen. I'll give you an example. I thought Ugarte could be a good signing for us. I was wrong. I remember when Staffy was back in Delo. He was wrong. These things happen. At the end of the day.
Ill at the time.
Hang on. Here he is. Oh, we got the Noddy theme tune. Oh, I can't put any more people in. KJ, can I put you back? Because I know you got to shoot in a second, bro.
I'm gone, man.
Cheers, bro. Thank you, my man. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off when you were talking. David!
My God, I cannot believe it. Arsenal fans, how happy are these 3 Man United fans right now? How happy are these 3 Man United fans right now? Yeah, it's like you couldn't wait for this moment to come. That's what it looks like.
No,
Staffy,
nonsense.
I've not seen him on a match reaction. I've not seen him on a match reaction for weeks when Man United have been playing well.
Someone had to pay for your crimes, so...
Here he is, right? So happy, happy that Wolves gave him the opportunity before the new year hit to come on here and slate the manager. Listen, I'm not going to be long. Sorry, Arsenal fans. It wasn't acceptable today. The manager did set us up to fail. But listen, just like just like most managers, he's learning on the job. He's not perfect. Be patient. Be patient. We're missing a lot of players. We should have had enough to beat Wolves today. I agree. But listen, Arsenal needed a few own goals to beat Wolves, you know? These things happen. You have bad days at the office. We move on. We try and win the next 2 games.
We had like 14 wins all fucking calendar year. What are you talking about? See why I called you an industry plant? You only showed up when I called you. You sit here and you say this amount of garbage, and then when I show up, you're like, oh, you only showed up because we lost and you're happy. I've been showing up on this bitch for 3 years. What are you talking about?
Mate, you've shown up when Man United have had a bad result.
I showed up for 3 years. What are you talking about? I've been here long since before you hopped on this shit. What are you talking about?
I can only talk about when I'm here, and I ain't seen you until Man United are done, bro. That's only a time I see you when. What's that? What can I in the background?
Think about it, back on the map.
Terry, mute yourself.
Embarrassment of the highest order at Old Trafford. Ruben Amorim.
What's this?
Hang on.
Resigned to sounding 4-1 victory over Aston Villa. Embarrassment of the highest order at Old Trafford. Ruben Amorim must resign tonight. Fucking must resign.
Does that sound happy, David? Does that sound happy?
Oh my goodness!
Is that someone who's smiling?
I tell you what, that sounds like.
Because I was in front of you right now. I'll show that anger I was, and I'll pump you up, bro.
That's what that sounds like to me.
I'll fuck you up,
bro. That sounds like an Arsenal fan pretending to be angry about Man United getting a bad result. That's what that sounds to me. And you, Staffy, I can't believe how happy you are, my friend.
Have you noticed what David's doing? He's doing the usual cliche stuff. Oh, Terry's actually an Arsenal fan in disguise. He's pretending. He's not addressing all the horrible things is in football things that he's got wrong in the last few days.
Can I ask you guys something about this game? Can I ask you something about this game, guys? Would you be saying all this if you won the game?
Yes.
Yes.
If
I've been saying this regardless of every result.
I've not
I am not
David.
David. I don't do results based
Staffy
analysis.
would not be
David
here.
moves like the weather, bro. You score a goal, you should see the group chat.
Man.
One half, oh, I could back this. Second half, oh, I don't know if I could back this. The man just makes opinions based on every goal and every result.
Yeah.
He doesn't go by there's no long-term planning or bigger picture when it comes to David. Everything is reactionary. So when you sit here, you can interrupt me all you want, but you're never going to out-talk me on this platform. I've been here way longer than you. You're never going to out-talk me on this platform.
3 years and all of this stuff.
Trust me, I can keep doing that. You're never going to out-talk me here. You're never going to out-talk me here. You are never going to out-talk me here. You are never going to out-talk me here. I was here longer than a lot of people have been here.
Okay.
I've been here for every win, every defeat, every loss. I've showed up for the worst of days, and I showed up for the best of days. You can come here and try to make an image. You can try to come here and try to make an image over me, and you're not going to succeed at it, bro. You can come here. Listen, go do your straight facts, whatever day you have it. I don't interrupt you these days. I don't tell you what to say. I don't worry about what you say. You are too fixated on my opinions, and which is why you call me out a lot in the chat, and that's fine. You could go ahead and do that, bro. But if you're going to sit here and try to do this whole thing that I'm happy that my team lost, when I've been calling out regardless of results, I defended this manager, by the way, in a period where he called, when he cost us the Europa League final. And I was disappointed. And I said, you know what? Just because of my idea in football, I'm still going to give him the start of the season until I make an opinion. I've been here for worse days. So if you're going to sit here and think that I'm doing this because I'm just happy that we lost, I ain't benefiting from fucking being here. You think I got paid to be on this shit? You think I'm getting any fucking viewership right now being on Terry's channel? It's not even mine. If I wanted to run that shit, I would have been on my channel right now. I haven't even been on my channel for a whole month because I couldn't give a shit about this football club anymore. And it's because of people like you, deluded people like you, who sit here and every fucking show, they'll look at the dumbest things and say, this is an improvement. Mind you, you were 3 weeks ago, you were Amorim out after 3 results, by the way. This guy said, I thought we turned the corner after 3 results. Brother, you need to go back and reassess how you even look at football, because 3 results made you go Amorim in.
We were
and now you're sitting here and doing
15th, mate. We were 15th last year. Where are we now? It's an improvement. It's facts. We scored more goals. It's facts. Anyway, I'm not going to go through this. It looks like I've hit the nail on the head by your reaction anyway.
Yeah, you did it, bro.
It's obvious I hit a soft spot with the rant that you just had. The generational rant that you just had.
See the manipulation tactic. You say something, I respond, I hit a spot.
You should be happy I set you up for that. Don't worry. But don't get too emotional, Staffy. You should be naming him that, Terry, not me. Menopause Staffy just hit.
Ain't no man naming me nothing, bro. Watch how you talk to me, bro. Because ain't no man is naming me anything, bro.
Listen,
ain't no man is naming me anything.
It's too hey, what's going on?
Right, I'm going to jump in a second. David, before I go on to the Arsenal, David,
ain't no man give me no names, bro.
Guys, before I go on,
just know that.
Before I go on to the Arsenal and the Chelsea games, let me ask you a quick question, David.
Roll your fucking eyes all you want, bro. You ain't gonna punk me here, bro. I've been doing this for way too long. You know how many people came here before you?
Man's a sensitive guy.
You know how many people were here before you?
Relax. You're in a different country. Don't act hard, bro. You're in a different country. Do not act hard.
I'll act
Do not
however the
act
fuck I
hard
want,
in a
bro.
different country, because trust me, in front of me, you would not be talking like that, my friend.
Yeah, bro, yeah.
Trust
That's what it is, bro.
You would not be talking like that, my friend.
That's what it is, bro. That's what it is, bro. That's what it is.
Trust
I'm
me.
scared, bro.
Easily done. Right, go for it, Terry. Let's ask you a
David, let me ask you a quick question, Staffy. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Just very quickly, because we've got to get on to the other games as well. After watching tonight, do you still believe that we're making improvements?
That was poor today. It was shocking, and the manager is to blame. I said that as soon as I got here, yeah? Banter aside and moments and content aside, right? Ruben Amorim set the players up to fail today. I agree with everything you guys just said, right? But what are we going to do here, guys? He's not going to get sacked. He's not going to get sacked. We're heading in a better direction until this point. It's not a loss. We move forward. What are we supposed to do here? Like, commit suicide? Like, it is what it is, you know? It's a draw. It's a draw. We kick on. The next game's Leeds. We have to get a result. We have to win. But of course we've improved. We're 6th, 7th in the league, whatever it is. We were 15th last year. Keep going. Let's see where we are at the end of the season. At the end of the season, if we're worse off, of course, get rid of the man.
Fair dues. Viewers, please like, share, and subscribe. It was nothing to apologise for, mate. It's just a bunch of geezers having a chat. It is what it is. Like, share, and subscribe. Just under 8,000 people watching, which is amazing. Egal, you said earlier today that Arsenal were very close and will be smashing somebody up soon. Tonight, you smashed Brandon's favourite manager, Unai Emery, to absolute pieces. Talk to me, brother.
Listen, Unai Emery's a coward. He's soft. He ran straight down the tunnel, didn't even shake Arteta's hand. The guy is weak. Next, let's go to the actual team. The team performance today. Declan Rice, who's been one of our best players, was out today. The boys backed him. They said, you know what? We got this. You're out. Don't worry. We got this. Mikel Moreno came into the midfield. And let's be honest, everyone was kind of shaky when they seen the midfield. But the fact that Gabriel's back, the fact that Timber's back, the fact that Hincapié just walked straight in and it almost like we didn't miss Calafiori at all. He just took over like it was seamless. And then people talk about my team. First half, let's be honest, it was a stalemate. Neither team really had too many really good chances. We both had half chances. Nobody took advantage. Second half, what happened? It was total domination. From the moment Gabriel Magalhaes got his set piece goal, the confidence from that whole team, I knew we were going to win the moment I seen that set piece goal go in, because it raised the levels, it raised the excitement in the stadium. At home, we don't lose. We haven't lost all season. And this Villa team thought they were going to punk us at our ground. You can't do that. What happened? They got punked in their box. Emi Martinez was too soft. Gabriel dunked on him and got the goal. Then Odegaard's back, boys. Odegaard's back. Did you see what he was doing today? He's taking people's souls out there, slipping it in for Zubimendi to get the goal, constantly finding moments in space, always getting onto the ball, dictating the play. He was looking solid. Of course, Zubimendi scored the second goal, but then Trossard. Do you guys know Trossard has the most goals in the Premier League for Arsenal in 2025, has the most assists for Arsenal in 2025, and has been our most consistent attacker. And this guy almost got sold in the summer. Honestly, he is outstanding. Great performance from him. And Gabriel Jesus coming off the bench to finish it off, slotting it away. I'm gutted Saka didn't make it 5. I wanted more. I wanted us to score even more goals. And the reason why I said Villa are little boys to us is because what they were doing was unsustainable. They love to talk about Arsenal, unsustainable. It's unsustainable what you're doing. When in actual reality, what Villa was doing for the last 11 games, riding their luck until the second half and scoring a 7% XG goal, is not going to be sustainable. And it was shown today. We created more chances than them. We had 20 shots on goal, and we could have finished this game maybe 4. We scored 4, but I wanted that clean sheet. Ollie Watkins, you got your birthday goal. Hopefully you don't bother us again for the rest of the year. We don't play Villa again for the rest of the year. This felt like the second leg of a Champions League tie. The importance going into this game. And I love the mentality of the players that they showed today. And the final thing I'm going to say about everything is all you people who are bigging up Unai Emery going into this weekend, always saying, oh, let's do the Unai Emery revisionist history after every game. All I got to ask you guys is, where are you now? Because you guys go really quiet the moment Unai Emery drops points. But whenever he's on a little bit of a run, it's, oh, maybe Arsenal shouldn't have got rid of him. Let me ask you guys this. Why isn't any other big club going for him? Why is he at Villa? If he is such a great manager, why is he at Aston Villa and not Man United, Chelsea, Tottenham? All you guys recently wanted new managers. Why didn't you go for him?
To be fair to Emery, though, he was on a mad run. It wasn't just like 2 games. It was like 10 or 11. But I hear you.
Yeah. Listen, Egal, I know I had to run out. One of the kids woke up. But like, I hear you. I think too much was done about I was saying it the other day. I think the Unai Emery and Aston Villa situation, making it about Arsenal, making it about pipping them to the title and everything else, I actually think it discredits what Aston Villa have done, because it takes the conversation away from sort of the plucky underdog story. But if you actually watch Villa in the last 3 or 4 matches, you watch Arsenal in the last 3 or 4 matches, Villa have been due a slap and Arsenal have been due giving somebody a beating. And that was predicted by a lot of, there's a lot of people there, if they're gambling people, made a lot of money on that tonight. They're being, I put a bet on Arsenal winning and over 3.5 goals being scored by Arsenal, purely because I just felt it was coming in one of the next few games. That was I think I got like 20-1 on that. It was nice. It was nice little flutter. Only thing is, I only gamble like £5 a bet, so I didn't win a lot of money. But you know what I mean. If
let me say one more thing. Let me say one more thing before I go. We put the Premier League on notice today once again, and to all you people over at City, you City fans, you rivals who want to talk about Gyökeres and other negatives after every game, look at our bench. Look at who didn't come off the bench. Look at who was warming up the whole game and didn't even come off the bench to play. You have Havertz, you have Martinelli, you have Eze, not even coming off the bench, and we're smashing teams. You better be afraid, because second half of the season, not only are we going to replicate what we did in 2023, 2024 season, we're coming for the league. We're coming for the FA Cup. We're coming for the League Cup. We're trying to win everything. That's the reality. We're going for.
I hear you, bro. Egal, thank you, Brandon. How does it feel to beat your favorite manager tonight?
I don't know where this narrative's coming from.
I just made it up.
Yeah, that's about right. That's about right. No, he was brilliant in that second half, Tel. We was brilliant in that second half. I can't lie. When we all got the team news that Declan Rice was not going to be available, I think we all kind of sat there and went, this could be a bit sticky. You know, Villa are a decent side. Yes, our home record's good, but, you know, Villa won 11 games in a row. You know, the team news come out. It was as I expected it to be. Marino in the midfield and Zubimendi in that. First half, I thought from the get-go, the tempo was spot on. You know, I thought the tempo was really good by Arsenal in the game. First half, we were just missing in terms of like creating chances or creating enough chances in front of goal. Gyökeres had a great chance, should have scored. I'm being honest with you, he should have scored that first chance. The second chance is a little bit more difficult. It's more one where you kind of have to get a glance and touch onto it. But aside from that, we didn't really create too much. And for me, in the first half, the midfield was a big problem because there was quite a few times where Villa were getting in with one long ball over the top. And I was quite worried about how we was going to deal with that in the second half. But we come out in the second half and we was fantastic, Tel. It was brilliant. And Arteta has to take a lot of credit because he obviously said something to the players at half time. Because I think in that second half, what was different to the first half is we pressed quite high in the first half, but the press wasn't quite clicking. Like Odegaard was doing a lot of the pressing, but the players weren't necessarily following him at the right times. In the second half, the press was absolutely spot on. We was able to win the ball high up. I thought Odegaard in the second half was absolutely majestic. Trossard was fantastic all game. Saka, a bit quiet today. I've already explained about Gyökeres. Zubimendi in that second half, considering he's supposed to be a central defensive midfielder, he was picking up positions that you would expect Declan Rice to pick up. And I'm like, what's going on here? I thought he was supposed to be the six. But yeah, it was brilliant in that second half. We get the first goal, and then it's all about killing the game off. You know, we spoke about this on the last stream. Arsenal need to start killing games off. We needed to get the second. We got the second. It was a fantastic finish again. Then the third and the fourth comes. And the only downside to it was that we fell asleep for that goal, really. You know, Ryan made a fantastic save to stop John McGinn from scoring. And I'm sitting there thinking, cool, clean sheet in the bag. But we kind of fell asleep a little bit. I think we used a lot of our energy throughout the entirety of that game. And towards the end, it's game over anyway. But, you know, we kind of sat back, tried to reserve a little bit. And I think we had a moment where we fell to sleep. But aside from that, Tel, I can't ask no more. I just want to see Arsenal perform like that, how we performed in the second half, especially on a regular basis. Because far too many games we're kind of coasting. You know, the tempo's not quite there. The tempo today was absolutely spot on. And we need to keep that up in the majority of the games in the second half of the season. Because if we do that, I think we will blow a lot of teams away. I genuinely do. So
we did that against Brighton, though, to be honest with you, man. I think
I felt
like we just didn't. We didn't finish at chances.
Was quite there against Brighton. I think the tempo was decent against Brighton, and it was decent against Palace as well in the EFL Cup in midweek, but not quite to the level that it was tonight. You could see from the moment that first whistle went, these players were up for it tonight, and I just want to see that on a more regular basis.
I hear that. I'm going to speak some more Arsenal. I want to come to Anton, the boys, in a minute. Kwess, I know you're getting a lot of shit because it's late and family settings and everything else. I saw that in the comment section. But what of Chelsea tonight, my friend?
Hey.
1 minute. Go on, mate.
It's peak. It's actually peak. Hey, I thought we were getting a result, but it's pretty dark, man. I think Maresca, yeah, he's being done dirty here. Because he's putting everyone in positions to do the right work, man. But they're just not doing the work. But listen, even before I just talk about them, yeah, can I just quickly say, hey, yo, Arsenal boys, congratulations, my G's. Congratulations, my G's. Yeah, I have to say that before I even speak on Chelsea, because I'm not going to lie, Villa came to crush it and mash them up. And to be fair to Arsenal, yeah, in that first half, it was looking a little ropey. Villa could have got maybe 1 or 2 goals with the way Watkins was moving, but he decided to leave his shooting boots at home, and they come back in the second half strong. Today, Arsenal fans, I'm not going to lie. Yo, let me put my weapons down today. Congratulations, boys. I hope you do it. 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 I saw the shirt go up from Jesus. I said, hey, that's my brother in Christ. If anything is going to go well for Arsenal this season, it might be that God is on their side. So fair play to Arsenal. And look, I'm not here groveling. This ain't here. Right? I'm not here to say like, yo, you man are better than us. I don't love you more than I love my club. But out of respect, I got to give credit where credit's due. So back to my team. Yeah. It's dark and there's a lot of things wrong. That result today, I have finally come to the conclusion, and I will be humble enough to say, I've got to now agree with the majority of what people have said before. I never do this. I'm a person that sticks with my opinion, whether I'm right or wrong. I'll figure it out on my own. But I've come to the conclusion there are actually too many players that are not good enough. And actually, if the club doesn't pull their finger out, yeah, what they're going to do is they're actually going to drive the club into the ground. And I don't think that is necessary right now, because I still think we actually do have a relatively good squad. So for me, it's a bit disappointing to be 19 games in and sat one outside the top 4. People are saying I'm being sarcastic. I'm not being sarcastic. The Arsenal boys knows. I've been giving them credit. But it's a bit disappointing. But I actually do think, like, again, we don't need to lose our head over this. I already know. I can see my brother right there. I know what Elijah's gonna do. I know he's gonna go scorched earth, bro. And Elijah, before you do, I just want to say, bro, look behind you, bro. Peace, tranquility, bro. There's a cross on your wall for a reason. Just please, bro, remember we're one club. Yeah, one club. We ain't got to do this today.
Brother's moving like them priests with the snakes tonight. Do you know what I'm saying?
Out here begging for mercy.
Please, yeah. I'm just saying. Yeah. But respect, like we're in a bit of a chiz right now, and I think it's on everybody to pull it together. The players haven't been good enough. Maresca's also made some bad decisions along the way, and to be honest, the owners, yes, they need to now reinforce on what you have. Otherwise, it's going to go really far backwards.
Kwess, I agree with you. What was mad to me, first half, I felt that Bournemouth were the better team, and you got a penalty that was a penalty. It was an accident, but it is a foul, right? And you got the penalty. Enzo scores a great goal, but then you can see there's so many good chances after that. But it was every play. Even Caicedo, booked early in the game, could have got sent off when he.
I think he wants Christmas off.
He did this. What I found frustrating is that as the game went on, you got better and better in terms of control. They weren't getting as many counterattacks, but then you had to overcommit. And I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, it's so many. I don't even know if it's that they're not good enough. They're all so young. They're all so young, and with young players comes inconsistency. I think there's a combination. I'm not saying all, right? You've got good players that are young that are inconsistent because they're young. Then you've got players that aren't good enough that are out there. And I don't know. For me, I felt for Chelsea tonight. I did feel for Chelsea, barring Chess and Don Steen. Like I felt for Chelsea fans tonight.
Oh yeah, this is the last thing I'm gonna say, yeah, because I know the other boys got to speak, and I want to give Arsenal deserve the time, yeah. My thing is now, yeah, if I'm Maresca, you've got to change your approach. I think you can no longer talk to these kids like they're adults. You have to talk to them like they're kids. I think he needs to now take the Pepe Mourinho approach. If you don't do exactly what I tell you to do, and you don't produce the results, I'm dropping you. Simple. There's no more because even when I'm watching players like Delap, I'm watching Gittins, I'm watching Garnacho, I'm going, you lot are acting like you have time. You don't deserve time. You've not been here long enough for you to gain that time. So for me, I think if I'm Maresca, I've got to now go in that dressing room from now to the end of the season, and I've got to tell the boys, listen, the owners might not sell you, but I won't play you. And I'd rather lose my job than let you kill me and my time here at the club. That's the way I think he needs to go at it, because if you don't, you will allow this to continue. Yes, the young boys are, they are young, but at the same time, this is why I said what people were saying about expectations actually made sense. The talent and the potential is there. I just don't think they've got it into their head yet, yeah, that this is Chelsea. No matter how you feel about it, if you don't perform, it will get worse. So buck your ideas up. No one's here to hold your hand. This is not your previous club's step up.
Do you think that will work, though? Because there's already rumours about Maresca's job anyway. So if he goes in there and says, well, do as I say, I'll rather lose my job. The players are already hearing these rumours. They might just turn around and go, okay, we'll wait,
Listen,
2, 3, 4 weeks?
I can't see him getting sacked unless we're sitting like 14th, 15th.
The maddest bit is, this is where you need good agents, because the favourite to replace him is Rafinha, and not his dad. Not man like Leroy. It's his dad. Do you know what I mean? Is his dad's name Leroy? Is it Leroy Rafinha?
Who's that?
Liam Rafinha's out Strasbourg, isn't he?
Yeah, Liam Rafinha.
Rafinha or whatever. Yeah, whatever.
Rafinha, yeah.
It's pronounced Rafinha. I swear his dad's called Leroy. If I've got that wrong, I apologize.
He played for Hull.
He played at a few clubs. I think it was like Derby, Hull, like those kinds of players.
Yeah. I've heard rumors he's going to be the next guy. I swear his dad's called Leroy. If I've got that wrong, I need to know now. You know when you said something and then you're like, shit. Heard the rumors. I swear it's his dad. Personal, like Leroy.
No, I mean about him taking over.
I got it right. Yeah. You know when you say something like, but I've got his name wrong. He's going to be the next manager, according to a lot of credible reports and some Chelsea fans I've been speaking to off record the last few days. He's 41. Barely. This is the thing. This is why I would say to the players, don't be like downing tools. Oh, we might get a better manager. You're probably going to get another inexperienced guy, and that's why serious conversations got to be had. He's gonna say, Anton with the sunglasses on the inside of the house. Bro, that was emphatic. That was parliamentary tonight. Talk, brother.
Order has been restored to the Premier League today. There was a massive sin that occurred four match weeks ago, match week 15, when I felt that since then, Arsenal have been unfairly criticized and under pressure, and the narratives have just been crazy. I have been on Glock watch for 3 weeks. Everyone has been zooming in on my striker like it was like some sort of science project. And I have literally been having to sit here taking it all from all you guys when we have won 4 wins in a row. I've been having to hear conversations about, oh, is Unai Emery a better manager than Arteta? Like over and over and over again. I've been trying to tell everybody that Aston Villa were not who you thought they were, that they got very lucky, that Arsenal had a back four of 4 full backs when we went to Villa Park, and they barely scraped out alive in that one. Ladies and gentlemen, I said to all you guys, and I have witnesses here, that Aston Villa were running into a buzzsaw today. It could have been anybody, any of the other 19 Premier League teams, they were going to get slapped up today. And I was so happy. And I would, with all due respect, Terry, I'd like to bring Cal into this at some point, because me and Cal have been speaking on this for weeks backstage, how we just cannot wait to play these guys again so we could absolutely destroy them. And today, the revenge occurred, and I'm so happy. 45 points at the midway point in the season. The maths are easy. What's 45 times 2? 90. We repeat these first 19 again, and we would have the same amount of points as the great Invincibles. 2003, 2004 Invincibles, 2020, 25, 26, the Inevitables. Because this is Arsenal showing everybody what we all knew from the beginning. You guys had your fun over the last 4 weeks. Granted, I hope you guys enjoyed it, because it's over now. Arsenal are back to the top where we belong. Order has been restored to the great land.
Cal, do you back this up? Because there was a lot of people doubting Arsenal going into this game. It was a very even first half. You had more of the ball, you had chances, they were great on the counter. But the second half, Arsenal seemed to go to a different level, very similar to the Bayern Munich game I felt tonight from you. Goals from open play, clinical. Did you silence a few people tonight, Cal?
Yeah, I don't think we silenced anyone, really. I think the only people that we really silenced are the Arteta outers from our own fan base, because I think everyone who's objective knows that this is still a close title race. City is still in it. And it's going to be tough until the very end. I personally was very nervous going into the game because Aston Villa, Unai Emery, well, I hate Unai Emery so much. You would not believe. You guys see from the group chats, I just hate that guy because he always, for some reason, has this vendetta against us. And he always tries to pull something out of the bag. So I'm very, very happy with the result. When I saw the lineup and I saw that Declan Rice wasn't there, I was extremely frustrated because I knew that he's been one of our best players this season. And I don't particularly like Moreno in the midfield replacing Declan Rice because of the pace and power. And we kind of saw that in the first half because, to be honest with you, Onana was kind of a bit of a problem in that first half. I think he's part of the reason why they created some of their chances because of his dual winning and the fact that his pace and power meant he was just driving straight through our midfield and just causing us problems. I think us having a great second half, I think it's partly on us, obviously. I think we did increase the tempo, but I think it's partly because he was injured at halftime and he wasn't there. So yeah, I think one of the biggest things to come out of these last two games for me personally is the fact that Odegaard is back. I think Odegaard has been absolutely amazing for the last two games. And it feels like the Odegaard that we saw 22-23. It's absolutely unbelievable the way he's been playing. He's been playing the through passes. He's been dictating play. He's literally doing everything for us. He's willing to take shots as well. So even though he didn't score today, like he took shots, like really, really good shots. And he set up that amazing goal for Zubimendi. So yeah, I'm very, very happy with Odegaard. And if we can keep this Odegaard, I think we win the league. Because I think like having this version of Odegaard, this is the version of Odegaard that fairly or unfairly was compared to De Bruyne, you know, when people were making those comparisons. So if he can play at this level for the rest of the season, I think we will probably win the league. And we also saw that Gabriel and Saliba are the best centre-back pairing in world football was back today. And it really, really showed. And I think it's why we had a clean sheet up until Gabriel left. And guess who opened up the score for us to kind of set the tone in the second half? It was Gabriel again. Gabriel, the king, is back. You know, he's absolutely phenomenal. Like, he is probably the best center back in the world right now. I don't care what anyone says based on his performances. He just come back from injury and he's already putting in performances like this offensively and defensively. And yeah, this is a really, really good win for us. I think it's a really good statement win. I think we have been kind of exercising some of our demons this season. Newcastle was one of our demons. Big ups to the Newcastle boys. Yeah, we managed to beat you. That was a tough game. We beat Fulham, and we beat Aston Villa as well, which is a very, very tough ground. Well, we played at home, but they're a very tough team for us to beat. So yeah, I think we did. I think it is a statement, but it's not. All isn't lost yet. Also, Gyökeres, I think he had an okay first half. I still think he should be finishing some of his chances. I've been with Anton on our podcast, like just defending Gyökeres for weeks and weeks defending Gyökeres. And as much as, we have to back up players because he's one of our guys, and I'm not going to look at the players that we have on the bench and think that they're just the answer, because we've seen us falter with Jesus and Havertz before. I still think we have to back Gyökeres. I still need more from him. I still need you to be scoring some of those chances. I need you to step up now, because he is the win now guy, and that's why I wanted him. I'll still back him. I'll still support him. But hopefully in the next couple of games that we play, he gets more chances and he gets to finish those chances. And it was really, really good to see Jesus on the score sheet. He deserves it. He's been playing really excellent for the past 3 games. So
it was interesting watching Gyökeres tonight, because him and Šeško look like the same 2 players, where a goal, I feel like if that first header goes in, the second header goes in, if that makes sense. But with Šeško, if he scores from that corner, or he scores with that great bit of hold-up play and puts it in the bottom corner, I think the header from Casemiro goes in later in the game. And I feel that confidence is an underrated attribute within football. And, when players are full of it, that they're flying. Newcastle fans on here know of Anthony Gordon. I think once Anthony Gordon has a good game and scores some open play, he'll just get back to what he was doing before. And lots of players kind of go through that. So Gyökeres is struggling. But overall, I agree with you. I think that, again, if you just don't watch Arsenal enough, you didn't see this coming. It was on the cards. It was there. And that's why I put a little bet on it tonight. Arsenal to win, over 3.5 goals scored by Arsenal, because they were going to batter someone soon. And the only reason,
like I said, Terry, a buzzsaw. That was what tonight was. It was for anybody.
I felt it was going to be. I got so much of a cooking today on Hot Takes with Goldbridge. What do you mean? I went 3-1. I didn't go 4-1. But I wanted to be a little conservative. I wanted Arsenal to win as well, because, listen, Villa are not going to keep the pace with Man City. I can't have Pep winning another fucking trophy, not another major one. I tell you, like, it kills me. I'm going to do a few super chats before I come back to the panel. And there's a lot to go through tonight, so I'm sorry that it's late. Drop the Donstein files Friday. The Donstein files will be released on the Football Terrace. The Donstein files will be out. And I know that Elijah and Winter Surfer and David can't wait, because they need the expose. Here comes Terry. I'm fuming. The time wasting hurts in the first half. When a team doesn't low block, we play well. Once the first goal goes in, we get the space we need. Agree. It was crazy, the time wasting in the first half. I think there was one moment where they took about just over 1 minute and 20 seconds to take a goal kick. Crazy.
Oh, Onana was on the floor about 5 minutes when we got 3 minutes injury time at the end of the first half. I don't get that.
Referees, man. Or Staffy just said here, $50 to drop the Donstein files this Friday, because Staffy holds them. Staffy holds the Donstein files.
You can't keep that shit ransom, bro. He's keeping the files
giving that away for free. $50.
We've got to do it, man. We've got to do it. What we'll do a little thing, right? If somebody that really wants some super chats, $50 or pounds, we will send them to you privately beforehand. You'll get a private viewing of the Donstein file.
Ooh, great deal, man. Great deal, Terry. That's a great deal, Terry.
It's the first person, or if you outbid them, you get it. That's what we're going to do tonight. Happy New Year. Gunners on top. You see you next year. Terry is the truth. Listen, bruv,
What currency is that? Does that go?
No, I don't know what.
EKK.
That's Danish krona.
Danish krona, yeah. Which is like 10, it's like
I
10
thought Danish
pound,
had euros.
No, they have the krona. They're not in Europe.
I've been to Denmark.
In the EU.
Terry doing Jerry Springer, Staffy versus Big Beard. Listen, it's fun, man. It's a little bit of a laugh, bit of a bubble. Where are all the Chelsea? They're here now. They just knew.
Yeah,
they just waited, man. They waited. David was playing American football today, according to his Insta. Where you was at old picture?
To be fair, David does kind of come on when Chelsea loses as well.
You're still on mute.
I was just watching Oppenheimer. I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, that's a film, man. That's a film. That's a film with I've got a crush in that. I've got a crush on someone in that.
What, Florence Pugh? Is it?
Yeah.
He's good.
Cillian Murphy, Terry, is it?
Kate Beckinsale's mine, man. She is beautiful.
Do you know why I quite like her? Because I don't think she's that good looking, but it's kind of why I've got a crush on her. It's kind of like ugly good looking. It's a weird thing to say, but it's like I don't find her good looking, but I basically kind of like her.
She is good looking.
How old is she, by the way? How old is she? I just want to make sure she's like in her 20s, right?
She's like 28.
Yeah.
28. Oh, cool. It's fine. It's fine. I panicked for a second. I didn't know.
Drop the Terry files.
I don't know how she is now, though.
I was going to say, but when was the film done?
Only a couple of years ago. She was, yeah, it's fine. I thought I knew
20
that.
years ago.
Winning 4-1 is enough. Let them United fans go at each other.
Dude, that was mad. That was like World War United, bro. That was hilarious. But
Kate Beckinsale is, do you know, Kate? The thing with Kate Beckinsale, you lot all know her from the fucking underworld Resident Evil shit, right? See, I don't. I know her from one of the greatest movies of all time, Pearl Harbor.
Yeah,
and,
great in Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, that was. I don't know why. Me and all the lads, when I lived in Essex, the lads went and watched that film, and because we thought it was a wartime. It is a wartime movie. We didn't watch
wartime. No.
But
Pearl Harbor, of course, it's wartime.
No, it is. But we just thought it was. We thought it was going to be Saving Private Ryan type war movie.
All right, okay.
we kind of came out, and I remember my friend Bench. That was his name, Bench. We also, everyone was quite quiet, heads are down, and he just went, "Oh, I've got a lump in my throat, I can't talk." And he just, all the lads were like, "So do I." Like nobody wanted to admit it got to him. We also went to what? No, I'm not gonna I'll tell you guys off camera about that one. That's an off camera. Or I'll reveal it for $100 super chat. Me and
great price there, Terry. Great price once again.
I'll say this: me and 10 mates went to watch an amazing Western, and we had no idea what was coming.
Heath Ledger, yeah.
I
took my little brother. He was looking at me going, "Bruv!" I was like, "I don't know." It was the spit. It was the spit scene. I couldn't believe it. United in the hunt for Europe with that squad. It's your team. So emotional, are high, but sure, bring on the carousel of managers that also won't get time. The thing is, bro, is I don't think just sacking the manager fixes us. That isn't the claim that's being made by anybody. The point is, we did not need to revert to the system that's been failing tonight. We cannot ignore that. I won't ignore that. Equally, I'm not one of these deluded, brain-dead individuals, even after a few whiskeys, who thinks that just sacking the manager fixes us. That's for the dullards. That's for the silly people. That's for the idiots. That's for the TikTokers. That's for the 90-minute merchants. I don't know what that means. But for me, right, that's not what this is. And you are right. Every time there's a chance for us to like close in and create an advantage and create a little gap, the players falter. But tonight I'm going more on the manager. What is the point of talking about a Finnish club, United? Oh, thanks, bro. Thanks, mate. Who I can hear a lady talking? Whose lady is talking in the background?
Oh.
It's not David's because David ain't got one.
Mine. I think it's mine.
Oh, it's yours.
Savage.
See, I've known David a long time. I can rip David about not having a lady. Yeah. It's not Ashes because Ashes just sits there like this.
Do you know what that reminds? Have you heard the song "Inflatable You" by Tim Minchin?
Yeah. He's ginger and all.
That song's fantastic. Fair play, Ash. Fair play.
I didn't laugh at my own jokes, but that was funny. In fairness, Wolves have taken all of their points from teams above them in the table. That's actually quite funny to an Orient fan. You're shit. You lost 2 on the bounce. Fuck off, Dice Man. I know that because my brother support them. Felt bad about it, our draw. So I flipped to Man United versus Wolves and saw United with 10 wing backs and a keeper out there made me feel a little better. How can you feel a little bit better about being level on points with my shit show of a club when you're world champions? Come on, come on. Scott don't want to come back to this shit show. KJ, yeah, Scott McTominay, stay away, bruv. Enjoy Italy, man. The food's better, the weather's better, your hair looks better. Don't come back. Don't come. I'm going Italy. I'm going Italy in April. I'm going to my dream destination. I can't remember what it's called, but it's my dream destination. I thought James Bond.
Great dream. You can't remember it.
Dream destination, doesn't know where it is. Doesn't know what it's called.
It's you know what it is, right? I always end up
probably going to France.
Yeah, fucking Bognor Regis. No, they filmed the scene in James Bond there, and
that narrows it down.
It's called
Lake Como.
Oh, that scene, that place. Oh shit! Yeah, sorry, Terry.
It's called Positano. Okay. I think it. Yeah,
what did you
I
call
love
me?
it. Yeah, we are struck. It's Amorim out, but no one will fix us. We are struck. That's stuck.
I think you mean stuck.
Stuck. Yeah. I'm stuck. I'm drunk.
No, he literally says stuck. Terry just read it wrong.
Say stuck. Yeah.
Pause.
Every
I might as well be a blow up. No. Big up, Uncle Egal. They thought you were crazy. He says taught, but he means thought. I'm not that drunk. Crazy earlier. Now. You're a genius. Big up all my Arsenal guys, except something neck. Turtleneck.
Is that Brandon?
Can we talk about that Raya save? Oh yeah, the Raya in the last couple of games, the saves, bruv, the saves. Abby in Dubai sabotaging Arsenal's training camp. I only saw one of her Instagram stories. I think she's there. I don't know. I didn't stalk her. It's not a weird thing.
She is.
Yeah, big up. Moreno should have gotten the second yellow, but Arsenal, great win. Should he have got a second yellow?
Actually,
yeah,
he should.
Yeah, he should have. He should have.
Totally
but after what City pulled last game, I'm not even sweating it.
What was the score?
I don't care. We need a lie.
It was 3-0 when that. No, 2-0. 2-0.
No, it was 2-0 when it happened.
It was 2-0 when it happened.
Yeah, but he literally just grabbed him and dragged him down. I'm like,
he pulled his arm across him. And pulled him
why are you doing this?
Yeah.
He was smart though. He waited till he was the other side of the ref, so that the ref, the wrong side of the man, so the ref couldn't see it.
There we go. So VAR can't get involved. So no robbery title from me. Don't tempt me with a good time, Terry. Don Ludid can wait until Friday.
Wait till next year. Next year already.
Already
done these super chats. Sparx, you've been sitting there for an hour and 20 minutes. I haven't heard a word from you, mate. You all right, bruv? Oh, you're on mute. Your mic working.
Probably why we haven't heard a word from him.
Yeah. It's been a long time, you see. It's been a while. Yeah, I'm all right. It was nice to see the Man United meltdown. I can't lie, to be honest with you. It's nice to see another fan base having a implosion rather than mine for once. But don't worry, tomorrow it'll be Arsenal again.
Well, you wait. Elijah's going next.
Yeah, we can't wait for that either, to be honest. Kwess thought he was in trouble anyway when Elijah came on, so he was like that was the
Kwess begged for mercy.
He was like, oh god.
I mean, you know it's bad when Elijah's hitting the cross behind him.
That's what Kwess was like. Oh, you see the cross behind you? Don't do that, bro. So he's like, okay, fine, I'll just hide the cross.
Anyway, yeah, I mean, I thought it was a bit of a stop-start first half. Time wasting galore. Apparently, Opta have got it. The ball was in play for 26 minutes. Which is mad that you only had 3 minutes on when Onana sat on the floor doing whatever he was doing. It was a bit mad. I thought Trossard was about the standout player for the first half. Didn't really notice too much going on apart from the centre backs because our midfield was open like the Gulf of whatever. But yeah, I can't think of any reference for that. But there you go. But yeah, it was really open. We're missing Rice at that point. And the second half, I was like, yeah, we need to get Norgard on or something to close that gap. Fortunately, we found another way to close the gap.
I hear you, mate.
And,
well, scoring those goals,
scoring the goals, close the gap.
Scoring goals does it, mate. No, they really, really do.
Yeah, I was a bit disappointed, to be honest, that we didn't get a penalty and an own goal, and that would have got all.
Complete the bingo card.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, got all the haters hating for whatever they hate, and that'd be really nice. So I
hear that.
I want to know if Ash thinks that this Zubermany goal counts or not.
Yeah, I was wondering that too. It was actually, and I actually want him to say that
because the last one didn't count.
3-1, so I would love that. I'll back you on that one.
Or are we going to actually quote about what I actually said?
No, because it's too long.
We're going to keep on misquoting that. Okay.
Does the goal count? We will chat a little bit of Newcastle on the show, but Elijah, oh, Elijah, what have you got to say?
Can we clip it?
Can we see a smile first and then go?
Well, give us a smile, Elijah. Cheer up, brother. It's not the end of the world.
Terry, I'm done. I am done with this football club. Yeah? You see, Chelsea, for the second time this season, we have failed to beat a Bournemouth team that were 15th in the league. 15th. And we have failed to beat them. Yeah? And you see Garnacho, you see this idiot, yeah? This is exactly why I didn't rate him in the fucking first place. You see the 2 goals, Terry. The man just stood there and allowed both Calvert and David Brooks to score the goals. You see him. This guy cannot defend. This guy cannot cross. This guy is shit. And we spent 40 million on this idiot that cannot do anything of this football club. He is shit. Yeah? He is shit. Caicedo, once again, awful man. And now because of him, he is going to miss the Man City game. What was that? Enzo, shocking again. You know? I mean, this club is finished, Terry. Finished. And guess what? Everton are now 2 points behind my club. Everton Football Club are 2 points behind us. And if Sunderland beat Man City, they will go above us. When I've been saying, do not ever put Chelsea in the title race, I mean it this time. We do not have the quality. The squad ain't good enough, and nothing will change, Terry. And guess what? People, I keep saying to me, oh, you're being negative. Oh, why complain so much? I'm not negative, Paul. I know what's best for my football club. And what's best is for them lot to fuck off. And I'm talking about the sport directors. Paul Winsally, Lawrence Stewart, Egg Body, Clean Leg, leave immediately tonight. You are an absolute disgrace, all of you. You have spent £1.2 billion and only 3 signings have been a hit. Only 3 of them. 1.2, you know. It's embarrassing. Every time we keep on spending under 25s, it's taking us nowhere. The only player, Terry, in our squad who is older than 25 is Tosin, and even he is bad. Tosin is 26 years old, and he's the only player that is older in this club. It's embarrassing. I'm sick of this project. It is a failure. It is a joke, and it's not taking us nowhere. We ain't going to the next level. And us Chelsea fans got to admit, enough is enough. It is time to protest and get these sport directors out of my football club tonight. It is an absolute joke. My head is about to explode, Terry, because 1 win in 7. 1 win in 7. And I didn't even celebrate that 1-1 joy against Arsenal. I was disappointed because we still couldn't beat them. We still couldn't beat them. So guess what? Forget about the title race. Forget about the trophies, because we ain't beaten Arsenal in the Carabao Cup this month. You see what they did to Villa? We could have beat them. They go Bournemouth, so I bet you they'll beat them. Yeah, Arsenal are a much better team. They'll always have and always will be. And let me tell you something. Yeah, you see David, the Man United fan. I heard him say, "Oh, there will be a time where Liam Delap and Garnacho and all these players will improve." Well, let me tell you something, David. Liam Delap has 0 goals in the fucking league this season. 0. And I'm supposed to believe they will be much better and improve Chelsea. Are you dumb? He is the worst striker ever. He is worse than Jackson. He's worse than Tommy Abraham. He is shit. This guy always comes on and wrestles people and does absolutely nothing. And he's still got more cards than goals for Chelsea this season. Have some shame. I never ever want to see and hear that these guys would improve, because they are not. Garnacho is shit. The lap is rubbish. All of these players are mid and rubbish. And I'm sick of it, Terry. I'm sick of it. And we will never, ever, ever close the gap on Arsenal, City, Liverpool, because they will always be a better team than us. And I swear to God, if I ever see Man United go above us after they kept 2 clean sheets in a row and failed to beat Wolves, just fold this club immediately. Phone it and burn the club down, because this is not Chelsea. I did not grow up seeing Chelsea like this, Terry. I did not. I didn't spend all my money to go to games and watch this. It is a joke. Whip the project up and start again. Just because this project is a failure. This whole process is a failure. Just get rid of everything about this club. It's taken us nowhere, and I simply had enough. And that is it. And I'm going to say this one more thing. Yeah? Chelsea fans, just admit it. Do not ever just stop putting us in the same category as Arsenal, Man City, and Liverpool, because it will not happen. Yeah? And guess what? Yeah? I'm done with this club. So I'm going to say this one more time. Chelsea are no longer a big club. We're no longer a serious club. And this club is rotten from top to bottom. From the players to the owners to the manager, everything in this club stinks. And that's final.
It's final.
A round of applause. A round of applause. Finally, an honest Chelsea fan on the football terrace.
Yeah, not like David.
No, not like David.
Not like David.
Not like David. On a brighter note, I just.
David, I was like, me? What did I say?
No,
it's not you, David. It's the Man United fan. The
Yeah,
one
we got you.
He's the one that needs to hang his in shame and saying that Liam Delap is going to improve. Idiot, man.
Be careful. He'll come find you. Be careful.
I felt bad for Everton. That was
and by
harsh.
the way, David, if you're watching, Elijah's not in a foreign country. He's here in the UK. He's here in the UK. Live and direct. By the way, just before we speak to some more people, I've just been sent a lovely picture of Ash. He had a different haircut back then, but Ash on a date with his girlfriend. Look, here they are. Look, there they are. there they are.
Hey,
doing their thing.
hey. Ash, she's a looker. She's a looker.
David, do you know who that man is?
Do you know who the doll is?
Do you know who the picture?
Isn't that Basil 40 or something?
Oh, how man.
Really?
How man.
Oh boy. It's the boy.
I'm close.
You're pretending.
I'm in the 21st century.
That's terrible.
Jeez.
You not grow up on Gold TV, man. You should have watched that.
UK Gold.
Like 12.
It's mad, right? It's like it's a Christmas tradition. Like I had no time Christmas Day. I was so busy with things going on in the house. But I was like, I need to, before I went to bed, I've got to watch an episode of Only Fools and Horses. Otherwise, I feel like I've let the queen down.
You let the country down.
The right TV show. I was close. Give me
It's
some.
not the right TV show. It's a different TV show.
Wrong TV show.
Not even close. Not even close, mate.
I don't think anyone from Only Fools and Horses are ever in Faulty Towers either. So
No, I don't think there's even a crossover.
I don't think there's any sort of link.
There is a crossover, like with the young ones, there's a crossover and other things like that. But Winter Surfer, my old mate, my old friend. What you got to say, bruv?
That's what Elijah. Calm down, all right? It's not that much, all right?
It is.
The actual scary thing is, Terry, that wasn't a shock tonight, that performance or that result. For me, it wasn't a shock. I said it on the previous stream. It's 9 years of consecutive, just everything rumbled together, and we get that on the pitch. We're just lucky that, apart from the top two, maybe Villa, the rest of the teams are fairly even in terms of, how good they are, something like that. I would say this. Liam Delap just wants to hit people with a clothesline from hell every game instead of trying to trap the ball and pass it. Our defenders I now know why he changes them so regularly, because they're all just, no matter what partnership they are, they're just mid. You know what I mean? And if your centre-back partnership isn't good enough to hold you, that concede from throw-ins, then, I mean, what are we doing here? Do you know what I mean? But Bournemouth didn't even try and go for corners. They'd rather take throw-ins tonight against us, because that's where the 2 goals came from. I mean, Garnacho is just a... I mean, I said it previously. I'd burn that number 49 shirt. It's just he's one of the worst. And Kwess is lucky he's not here, because when Kwess over the summer said he's going to be he's the most important signing we made this summer, I mean, he should just be. Honestly, it's just. If Maresca goes, It's no skin off mine.
Why do idiots platform opinions like that? It's just crazy.
Yeah, exactly. I blame the owner of channels myself. It's just a repeat cycle. And Elijah, I know you said do protests, but protests are going to do. We saw it last season. And protests don't do anything. There's 8 different meanings, and then. If your club wins 4 games in a row, no one remembers the protest afterwards. You know what I mean?
I don't know, guys. Your owner gave me back-to-back World Series championships.
Yeah, he's not, but he's not fully in charge of us. If he was, we'd probably be doing a bit better. But it's just a vicious cycle. It's just nothing's really going to change. We are where we should be. You know, you can talk about spending money when you want, but I could overspend on a house with no roof and door. And you know what I mean? If nothing's complete, we're still sitting here needing major surgery, and it's just not good enough. And people can go on, Maresca's made mistakes, which he has done, but you look at the options that he has. I mean, it was embarrassing. Esteval started on the right wing and was good on the right wing. He then went to the left wing and was better than anything that Garnacho had done in the whole game, just for a few minutes. And I will say this, Terry, Cole Palmer was rubbish tonight, and we actually looked better when he came off the pitch. Cole Palmer tonight, and I know he scored a penalty, Terry, but other than that, he was really poor again, and we actually looked better when he was off the pitch. But I mean, it's just a vicious cycle, you know what I mean? It's just one of those things. It's just we'll go. I know we'll get slapped by City. I've already accepted that at the weekend, so we just roll on, you know, and we'll be here back again in 12 months' time talking about the same shit. So you know.
I hear that. Before I go to you, David, who's private messaged me. I want to make sure. Okay, cool. Sometimes people say they got to go. I don't always see them. Sorry, my people. Especially when I've had a few drinky poos because it's Christmas. Remember, please drink.
This is one of those you try to drink the tears away, Terry.
Please drink responsibly. Okay. And
don't start a stream and drink
all that shit.
At the same time.
Well, yeah. I mean, listen, I'm never worried about having a drink and having a stream because I'm very comfortable that I'll never say anything that's like crazy. Like, I'm not that way, am I, David? Me and you lived together for a month in a flat together.
And watch Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah. I was going to say, my highlight 2025 was after you guys beat Liverpool and the champagne, you spilled it on your desk. Oh, that was a great night.
That's all I got, mate. That's all I got. That's all I got left. Is that memory?
I got nothing left.
I got nothing left. Kane, Ash, Newcastle won tonight.
Yeah, we did. That's part as positive as I could be about the team tonight. The score line was very flattering towards us. Two goals in 7 minutes, looking like we're gonna make this an easy away win, and yet in typical Newcastle fashion, we made it as difficult as possible. I think that was the most difficult 3-1 win I think anyone could ever conceive, because other than the 2-minute goals in the 7 minutes and the last goal in I think the 90-odd minute, we were fucking dreadful. And yeah, there's the questions, the frustrations that we had from all season are still there. It's quite funny and / infuriating that our 2 goals in 7 minutes comes from when we put crosses in. There was 4 people in the box for Newcastle. That's 4. That's what we call committing to crosses. And what happens is you get goals and opportunities. And what did we do after those 2 goals? We stopped pressing and we stopped committing to crosses. And we just let Burnley come up. Burnley started attacking us, and we had to sit in. This is what happened, and it's getting frustrating that the same thing happens over and over again. And listen, at 2-1, it was looking like Burnley. The only way that was going to go was Burnley equalising. It took an absolute mess at the back between Dubravka and the defender to give Bruno G an open goal and to make it comfortable. But listen, it's an away win. It's our second this season, I think, which tells you everything about this season so far. And yeah, the 3-1, very flattering, and is probably the only positive I can take from this game.
Do you agree? Actually, going to be so much more positive.
Oh, I'm not.
Are you going to get the boy out tonight? Put it in the sock for your manager.
Terry, this was shit. We are actually terrible. Like, we need to sign like 5 or 6 players in the January. Like, it's actually dreadful. Like, I don't think you realize how bad this performance was. Like, you talk about the fact you nearly beat Wolves and stuff, which I mean, you probably could have done, but Burnley's not much better than Wolves. And we struggled to beat this Burnley side. Like, we got 2 good, well, okay goals. The second goal was like, it just ping-ponged around the box about 10 times before it went in. And Burnley probably could have easily equalised if they had more quality, to be honest. They just kept on shooting it into the stand. I'm very worried about how we're performing. And like, when you've even got our flipping fans chanting about, we beat you away, how shit are you? That says a lot about how shit we are. When we're having own condescending chants about our own team, about how terrible they are. We need to have a complete reshuffle in January. I got very worried because Lewis Hall went down. I thought he might have had a ankle injury because he got stepped on, and then we would have had another defender out. We had Lewis Miley on right back yet again. No, we just need to we need to sign about 5 players. It needs to be like the takeover all over again. Terry's going to be sick after all the booze he's had.
Yeah.
I don't know about UK, but I genuinely, I was actually so worried about that whole performance. No, yes, we did win, but the problem is, like, now we're up to 10th, which I'm very happy for. I would like to say the whole season we've underperformed. Like, our performance has been a lot better than probably where we are in the table. However, recently we are showing very bad form. Like, we're not even scoring a goal to Man United when we're having 76% possession and doing 46 crosses into a box. Like, it's worrying trends that we're doing.
But this is what I think. Between the boxes, we're not that bad. I think that's we're just not clinical on one end, and we have fucking bozo moments in the other. Even like the goal today, it was some poor defending. I mean, it was a good goal by Burnley, don't get me wrong, but it was poor defending, right? Which meant the defenders were getting overloaded. And then you couple that with like the Man United game. Oh, it just infuriated me because they weren't even that good. We were so much better than them. And yet, I mean, credit to Dog, it was a fantastic goal. But yeah, that second half, it was just attack. It was just a training ground session of attack versus defense for the whole second half. And just not committing to crosses. I don't understand. It's got to the point where I am actually looking at the manager at this point, because one game, yeah, maybe it's the players. 2 games, you could say, yeah, okay, they're not getting it. They need to like switch on. But when we're getting to like every single game where we're hell bent on like getting the ball to the wingers and crossing it, and you're not seeing people commit. Like, there's only 1 guy in the box or 2 at most. Like, when we're committing to crosses, you need 3, 4 people in the box in order to. Like, I heard you last week when you're saying Aiden Heaven was amazing against Newcastle. He wasn't. He just had no one to fucking mark because there's no one there. No one putting challenges in. Like, if you commit people to the box, and then these defenders are not going to have, like, something's going to happen. Like you said, the second goal was scruffy and it was bouncing around again. But why? Because even if the defenders are winning those first balls from the cross, you've got guys there to then press them immediately and cause that chaos, which you can then potentially like get a goal from, which happened. I need this manager to understand this, and if he's not drilling it in properly, he needs to figure out another way. And this is what I'm saying. It's gone past being the players. Like, once is like a fluke, twice is a pattern, 3, 4 times there's a problem. And the problem at this point is the manager needs to sort out his attacking tactics. And I think that's part of the problem, because we're looking so fucking weak up front, our defense gets nervous, and when your defense gets nervous, that's when these bozo moments happen. Like fucking Romero getting an overhead kick after being on the deck, and it just so in slow motion goes past 5 different people, and watch the ball go in the back of the net in the 96th minute, or you know what I mean? It's stupid shit like that happens, and I think it's on him. But like I said, I'm not going to the extreme like Man United fans are. Maybe it's because I've got such low standards. But Eddie Howe's earned the right, I think, to have until the end of this season.
Yeah,
if he doesn't sort it out, be it getting signings in January or just by his coaching ability, if he doesn't turn it around, then he has to go. That's where I am with it at the moment.
No, I agree with you that in the sense of Eddie Howe definitely has, in my opinion, to the end of the season. But there's worrying trends like in this game, like the ball that looped over Nick Pope's head and hit the bar. He didn't even try and jump for that. That nearly went in. And then Joe Linton probably should have had a second yellow card, to be honest, like on that later challenge before he ended up getting subbed off. And we would have been down to 10 men. It's like, it's just worrying. Like, we're talking about, say, Man United drawing to Wolves. It's like we could have easily just drawn away to Burnley. It's like these are worrying trends that we're seeing. That look, I'm not going to have a go at Eddie Howe, but we really need to fix it. And we need to get some players in because Anthony Gordon, all the wingers, they're not looking good. They're struggling. They're having some good games where they are putting crosses in when people are committing, but then we're having other games where we're just doing the same thing and we're getting too predictable. We need to be more clinical and better in the final third. It's just, not the one.
Boys, chin up. You guys won 3-1. I can't believe I'm listening. It sounds like I'm at a funeral.
Believe me, it's been some bad games recently.
Yeah. It was a bad performance. I'm not going to
by any means necessary though. Like Burnley or not, like the way I'm looking at it from the outside in, your form in the first half of the season has been well below your expectation, and you guys just need to keep getting some wins. Like, give me some of that second half of the season Newcastle form and get you guys back up into the top 8, top 7, top 6, somewhere around there. And I think you guys can do it. I mean, I know it's underwhelming. I know it, but look, take it from our point of view, right? We've had many underwhelming performances and still went ahead and got the points. The next game is always another game. It's always never a reflection of the previous game. I say you just take the 3 points.
No, but the thing is, I agree with what you're saying there, Anton. But then when we have the likes of, we have to put a centre mid and right back, like we can't. We need to be able to actually have players that are fit. Like, and our defense just isn't at the moment. Like, we need to sign like 5 players in January because otherwise we're going to have performances like we did against Burnley.
There is no. I think there is a correlation here. If you look at Newcastle and Aston Villa, the years they're in the Champions League, the league form falls off. The years they're not in the Champions League, the league form seems to be much better. It's playing 2 a week. It's a big thing. David, Meow Maka, Meow Pedigree.
Are Villa doing that though, Terry, with Europa League?
It's not the same as the Champions League. I think it's different. It's
because the opponents aren't good enough. You don't exhaust yourself as much as you do.
Yeah, you rotate so much more for Europa League games. I think when you're a smaller club than Villa, so if you're the size of a Nottingham Forest or the size of a Palace, the Conference League and the Europa League can hurt you. Both of those teams this year nowhere near as good as they were last year. But I think they're in a bit of a better situation. But David, a few people asking if I'm okay. Yeah, I was ordering food. Because I need to eat before I sleep. But David, my old mate, my old pedigree chum. Hang on a minute. Before I go to you, David speaks football, aka Orange Beard, has come here and said, but Elijah, the lap scored 13 goals, I believe, for Ipswich last season. I think there's a chance he could come good, but I understand your emotion.
Listen, David. Yes, I know he scored 13 goals.
Don't back down now, Elijah. You give it a big one earlier. Go on, son.
The problem is that from Ipswich to Chelsea is a massive gap. Ipswich is not a big club, and don't forget they were relegated last season.
Champions League winners.
Like Liam Delap can come good, but there is enough evidence for me to see that he's not good enough for Chelsea. Like I said, 0 goals in the Premier League, more cards than goals, and this guy always does. He just does an elbow, does wrestling. Like, it makes no sense. You are a footballer, not a WWE wrestler. Like, come on.
No, I hear you there. David, Shirimwa. Talk to me, bro. Are you still the second best squad in the league? Are you still in the title race as you predicted?
Oh, I gotta hear this. Don't
put me in that boat. Don't put me in that boat.
David didn't do that. David didn't do that, to be fair.
I remember he was looking at our XG after 2 games and be like, "Oh, you guys are worse in XG in the entire Premier League."
Yeah, but you're actually again. Arsenal fans get really annoyed. Like, I've literally said you're the favourites. I don't get it. What more? I can have pictures and just say you're the favourite. Everything's got to be about.
Go give your monologue. I'm just wanting.
Anyway, we suck. We suck. Is that? Are you happy now? We suck. We're not very good.
Yep.
We are
raw shit.
Right in the middle with all of the other scum in this league that cannot perform. I don't know what else there is to say. We suck, and the next game against City will suck, and the game after that will suck. And I don't know.
You'll beat City. You'll beat City. You're going to beat City.
No, oh my God!
No.
2-1.
Come on,
Terry,
no, we are losing.
Terry, if I can shake Man City's hand and say we lose, but Arsenal don't win the league, I'm happy. Anyway,
come on, don't be that way. Come
on, you Spurs in disguise.
You do realize that we are rubbish, okay? Yes. You do realize.
You see, when I know
you're not rubbish.
When I know I've got.
To be honest, that's why I'm desperate for someone to get something because I don't have much confidence in you guys doing it. So
no, we're not going to do anything. We're not beating City. This is the league we're talking about. This is not a cup game. This is not a one. This is a league fixture.
Hey, we beat City. You could do it.
No, it's true. No, we can't.
We did it. We're shit. No, we're real bad. We're worse than you guys. Hey, we're even worse than Man United. Man United beat us. We're terrible. We did it.
That was like some days park, dude. We are going to the Etihad.
We're cooked. We don't even have Caicedo. We're cooked. Anyway,
exactly. They're so lucky.
We just have so many 4 out of 10s. There are so many 4 out of 10 players in the squad. Oh my God. Also, I have to apologize. Do you know who I have to apologize? Apologize to myself. I said a couple months ago that I've said that Chalobah, my bad. No, Chalobah, I was wrong. You are just as bad as the rest of them. All of them. Get them gone, man. I'm done with it. Get them gone. Those centre backs, all of them need to go. Robert Sanchez, go. Midfield, apart from Caicedo, they can all go. Everyone in the forward line, they could go, apart from Palmer. I'm like, I don't know what to do. Oh, this is terrible. We need, for this season, for anything to happen, I would need 5 or 6 serious guys in my squad. But I know that's not happening. And what annoys me is that if we're going to do the youth thing, why are we not getting the best youth players in the world? Because Esteval is a prime example of, he's one of the best youth players in the world. He's still inconsistent because he's a youth player, but he's one of the better ones. Why on the other side are all of the wingers bad? They're all just bad. They all come on and do the same thing. The way Garnacho went before he joined Chelsea, him and Harvey Elliott were my 2 most hated players in the Prem. Then he came here. He got rid of the blood locks. I said he might be coming a bit more serious. As soon as I saw those blood locks back, I said he's done. He's done. His head is not in football. He's not serious. He's not a serious guy. He's serious dudes. But until my squad all have the same trim as Maresca, we're cooked. That's all I know, because they're just young. They're just young. They're young. They're going out. They're living the footballer's lifestyle. They're doing this. They're doing that.
Can you imagine Cucurella with bold?
I know it's got to happen. It's got to happen. But no, to be fair, Cucurella, Reece James, my fullbacks. We're chilling. We're good on the fullbacks. But my centre backs, none of them are good.
What about your midfielder today? Because I felt that early yellow card was one of the reasons they cut through you so easy, because Caicedo was having to watch his step. and he's now out of that game. Second ban into the season.
Terry, do you know
you never saw Roy Keane get suspended in his day, did you?
Caicedo's a child. Caicedo might be younger than me, and I'm young. So
no, you're 24 now, aren't you? 24 yesterday, weren't you?
Yeah, I'm 24. Caicedo might be 23.
Caicedo is 24. He was 24 on the 2nd of November.
Right. Okay. So we're in. Me and Caicedo, we would have had English class together. We would have maths, science, all of them. I myself lose my head sometimes. So why are these guys on 100 grand? Not going to get
Caicedo was good at sport, so he wouldn't have been in English and science class. He'd have been chatting to some girls while you were doing A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Oh, I'm a geek. Oh, I built Formula One cars.
Cars. Terry. Again.
Oh, I'm an engineer. No, you're a geek.
If people met me in real life, the last thing they would think is geek. That's the last thing.
On a real level, obviously, David met my children and family last year when we were in Germany. When I said that he builds Formula One cars, even my son's obsessed with cars. Even my son, who's 5, who's obsessed with cars, went, "What? Him, the man that stole my chips." David hovered around my children's food, waiting for them to not finish something so he could eat it. He didn't realize how greedy my daughter was. She yammed it all.
I was thinking, I remember
like
looking
pit stop crew.
I'm gonna get some.
You like the pit stop crew? I just like
yeah. It's funny, but listen, I hear you, man. Like, I think with Chelsea, I'm disappointed in Chelsea on a real level. All banter aside, I feel like you're a better team than you're showing, and yet you got a draw tonight. There was some. Esteval looked very, very good. There was some good goals scored, but you should just be so much better than you are. You really should be, but 1 win in 7, you play City, or is it away? Next?
Yes.
Away.
If it doesn't go your way, it's 1 win in 8. That's precarious, man. That's precarious, bruv.
But the thing
precarious.
is,
sometimes that works well for a good result. When a team that desperate,
even if they get rid of Maresca, they're just going to bring in another young one. At least, you know what it is? At least if you had an older, serious manager with all the youngsters, it might work a bit more. But all of them are wayward. None of them have any guidance on what they're actually meant to be doing.
No, I hear you. That's the thing about. This is the thing about, like, when you want a manager sacked, you've got to look at what your club's going to do. And I spoke to a Chelsea fan today, very well connected into the Chelsea community, a good friend of mine. We had a good chat. And I said, who are you going to go for? And he said, listen, I spoke to 3 or 4 journalists, 2 or 3 guys that work at the club, this, that, and the other. And he said to me, all roads lead to Rafinha. And I'm not saying he couldn't become a brilliant manager in the future. I'm not going to write the young man off. I love seeing young people given opportunities in this world. Say young, we're the same age. He's 41, I'm 40. But from a manager of a football team, you're just going down. Now, he might be the guy. He could be the new Fergie, right? He could be that person. But again, you're just jumping potentially from the frying pan into the fireplace. And I think that when people again just sack the manager, it's like sometimes it isn't just manager in, manager out. I don't know, as football fans, maybe we need to evolve as all things do and be a little more sophisticated, because it isn't just sacking the manager. I look at it as, well, who's coming in next? What are we going to do? Who's making those decisions? Do I trust them? Because I've got to a point, even with Ineos, definitely with the Glazers, do I trust them picking another manager? Doesn't mean I think Amorim deserves to stay, but do I trust that the replacement is actually going to improve us? If not, it feels almost nonsensical to push that as the solution, as it were. But yeah, better players. Go on, mate.
I don't even know who I'd bring in. I feel like the manager, there's like 2-3 good managers in the world, and everyone else kind of just stinks. And the thing is, like, even if I know that if I brought company to this team today, we'd still be in the same position. I know because company's got senior squad.
Company got relegated with Burnley.
Company's a hard one to judge. I was talking about this earlier today about PSG. People were going mad at me when I said that every manager at PSG should be expected to win the league or it's failure. And I was trying to show them that the difference in like income between PSG and Marseille, the second richest club over there, is like 600-700 million. In the Premier League, you've got 5, 6, 7 teams separated by a couple of 100 million. Yet in that league, the difference is like this. So Bayern Munich, very similar. If you look at them versus Borussia Dortmund, there is night and day between them, and everybody else is a million miles away. I feel if you're a half competent coach with the squads PSG and Bayern Munich have, you should still win the league. It isn't necessarily an indicator that you're one of the best managers in the world. I'm not saying that winning the Champions League with those teams, I think, is a different barometer, but just winning domestically, even if you win invincible, it doesn't mean. Listen, we're looking at a man that went invincible in Germany with Leverkusen, who's relatively close to being sacked at Real Madrid. So there we go. A few super chats here I'm going to do. If Chelsea, by experience, other players appreciate. Yeah, they need to do that, definitely. Maresca plays the same way and expects results. What the fuck you doing? It's staring you in the face. You need a plan B, and he doesn't even have a plan A. Let that sink in.
I disagree. I think there's a way we want to play. I just think that we don't execute it. Have better players in those positions, and we do better.
This here from Maverick says Terry must have Elijah on Friday with that fraud.
Oh my God, that would be box office.
Don Steam files being released. We ain't getting a top manager. That's the reality, is what Nav says here. Nav also says, get the F out of the club. Americans are the worst owners. They don't know shit about shit from clay. They treat it like the NFL and the American way, a load of shit.
Thing is that Bowley is not even
say, can you see
an NFL owner. He's a baseball owner where there is no salary cap and he can spend whatever he wants. So it's not even a good comparison. But
Nav also says here, Maresca got to go. He's gotta. I'm fucking fuming. I've had enough. We ain't getting no manager. I have to have a good IQ for that. Strasbourg manager will be the next manager. Will be in the same cycle next season.
I disagree. Sorry, Neva. I disagree because if you think that second Ensman Wesker is going to solve the problem, you're wrong. For me, the sports directors have got to go first because they are the problem. Like I said, £1.2 billion and 3 of our signings have been a hit. I'm sorry, the sport directors have got to go first.
Nah,
and if the new owners want to sack Maresca, then that's
Preach.
fine. But I'm sorry, win, lose or draw, sport directors out. Simple.
Preach. Marino should have. Oh, sorry, all done that one a little bit earlier. Look, I want to thank you boys for sitting here with me. I did get drunk tonight because I was very depressed about my own club. I'm already getting a lot of shit online. Oh, why have you been nice about Arsenal? Your team lost, focused on them. Fuck you. Fuck you. I won't do that. I've had a few drinks, but listen, I want to say, Anton, my old mucker, Elijah, my brother, David. How's your mum and dad? They're good.
Yeah, they're fine. They're coming back from Nigeria, actually. They're mid-air right now.
Nice, man. Nice. I met his mum and dad. Lovely, lovely people. I want to thank everyone who's tuned in. I want to thank our super chatters. I want to thank everyone who's hit the like button. I'm back tomorrow morning with Killing the Game. I'm actually going to edit the video tonight. I'm in the mood. Well, I've had a few drinks. That's when I'm in my most creative moods. I'm going to edit the video tonight. Killing the Game in the morning. We'll be doing Straight Facts in the afternoon with Mo and Hussam. We'll be there. We'll be doing our thing. Is it New Year's Eve tomorrow?
It's New Year's Eve now.
Actually today because
this New Year's Eve now.
UK, it's in the UK.
Less than 24 hours for you to go.
Am I going to go out tomorrow night? Am I going to go out? I've got a few parties to go to. I might go to a few parties tomorrow night. You know, get my groove on, have a little boogie. You know what I mean?
Life hack. My missus brought this to me last year, right? You sit under a table, you eat 12 grapes, you make 12 wishes for each grape. Those wishes, telling you, happened to me this year, came true. It's a fucking life hack.
Well, no, that's mad.
I asked for the Eagles to win the Super Bowl.
Hang on. I need to ask a question. Sit under a table and eat grapes.
Yeah. By the way, it has to be between 12 o'clock and 12:01. for the first minute of the year.
Anton,
tomorrow night, I'm up Where's Terry? Where's Terry gone? Oh, he took a packet of grapes under the table. Evil.
Hey. They won't be laughing the next year when Terry got 12 wishes.
By the way, this is the end of the Football Terrace. Terry Fluids is going to die tomorrow night, choking on grapes under a table in Essex. Listen, goodbye. God bless. I love you all the bits. Amorim out. Bye-bye.